Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Humpty Dumpty Stream. We have the Game Week 38 deadline stream, and as you can see, we have to make an effort. It's a particularly big occasion. Therefore, the full suit, not just a... I'm going the wrong way. Not just the shirt and tie, the full suit. And, of course, I don't have the cap on. I mean, I could wear the cap, but, you know, it's not going to look right with the suit. So, drop a like already for the effort, because... Don't see anyone else doing this, although sometimes Annie might, to be fair, I don't know. Anyway, welcome back to the final deadline stream of the season. I'm very, very excited for this one. It's Game Week 38. We can take lots of fun punts. We don't have to worry about forward planning, and we can reminisce a little bit and just enjoy spending some time together, which is the most important thing. FPL Pickle says, handsome. Thank you very much. I love you. She's just sat over there, but very, very sweet. Beautiful. Budget Violi. I like it. Thank you very much, Mr. Zodiac. I appreciate your support throughout the season. Shazam. I love you very much, Lukey boy, all of the regulars in the chat. And to be fair, even if you're not a regular, thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Today's stream will be highly eventful, I'm sure, because it's Game Week 38. We should get a lot of early team news. And even if we don't, it's just such an exciting game week because all of the games happen at the same time, right? All of them are at 4 p.m. kickoff. If you aren't planning to sit down and watch Soccer Saturday or something like, well, it's not Soccer Saturday, what is it? Soccer Sunday? What is it called? The final day? It's normally Soccer Saturday, isn't it? If you're not planning to watch that, and I probably would sit down and do so because it is absolute. I mean, you can go from having a terrible week to a brilliant one very quickly, and also the opposite because all of the games are happening at the same time. So, also, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what you're doing right now. It is obviously 12 p.m. UK time on a Sunday, which isn't a normal time to stream, but it always feels right when I'm with you guys. So, I'm going to quickly show you my team. I wouldn't say my decisions are easy this week, but I'm currently ranked at 44k at the moment, and I was expecting to be lower than that going into the final week. So I was expecting to have to take quite a few hits in all honesty, and that was kind of what I was starting to wrap my head around, like, who do I want to captain, how many risks do I want to take? But I had a really good second half of Game Week 37, got very lucky with the likes of Gusto, so I now don't need to take too many risks. So I think I'm about 21 points off the top 25k or something ridiculous. So I'm not going to get top 25k, which I think is the next target for me. And I'm 5 points, I think, inside the top 50k. So I think for me, whilst it doesn't really matter, I said this in my last video, like, it doesn't matter if I finish 52k, 44k, like, it's just a number. I genuinely think the most important thing is that you improve at the game if you can and enjoy the process of playing FPL. But obviously, if I can finish top 50k, that would be wonderful. It would be the third year in a row top 50k, and that was my target. So let's say that that's the aim for today. I've already got a few differentials. Like, Raya's not particularly highly owned if he makes a few saves. White, if he gets an attacking return, he's still below 50%. Gvardiol still isn't owned by everyone. Bruno Fernandes is a nice differential. So I don't think I need to take too many risks for me to get a green arrow. So therefore, I don't think I'm going to risk going against Haaland captain, but I'll run a captaincy poll in a second because that'll be a major decision for a lot of people. And when you look at my team, the only two weak spots potentially is Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho. Right? Outside of that, it's a very strong team. I'm not going to remove Bruno Fernandes. I think I've pretty much decided that unless we get a leak that he doesn't start, because Man United aren't really playing for anything in the Prem, and I think that the Cup final will be the top of Ten Hag's priority list. So I do wonder if he'll just maybe rest Fernandes for the final if he is still struggling with whatever injury it was. But unless we get that confirmation, I'll probably just start Bruno, keep Bruno, and I think then basically the decision for me is Garnacho out for who. So I think, oh, my thing just glitched out there. I think Garnacho's going to come out then. I've only got 2.4 in the bank, and I say only because that doesn't allow me to get Havertz, it doesn't allow me to get Ødegaard, it doesn't allow me to get Saka, it doesn't allow me to get Luis Diaz. Who are some of the other options that we might potentially consider? I think those are the main ones. So who can I afford? I can afford Trossard, Eze, Elise, Brennan Johnson. I think those are the four that I'm currently weighing up at the moment. If you were to push me now, I would say no to Brennan Johnson just because I think Spurs can be a bit stinky. And also, I don't know, I just don't really fancy it as much. Elise, it's putting me off slightly that he's been brought in by so many managers this week. And I know I said I don't need to take a massive risk, but I also do quite like the idea of having one player in my team that not many others own. Which leaves me with Trossard, who has been brought in by a few, and then Eze. I just love Eze as a player. All season, if you've watched my Game Week preview videos, every week I'm like, Eze's got really good data, he's a really good player, and I've always wanted to own him. Apart from Game Week 34, obviously on the free hit, I don't think I've owned Eze this season. So I think the plan at the moment might be Eze in for Garnacho, but it could be Trossard. And it could, I suppose, be Elise as well. I think I've pretty much ruled out Brennan Johnson. I just think I'd rather go for someone else in that spot. So there we go. That's the team at the moment. Only other stuff is like, I've got a bit of a benching headache, I suppose, because I'd quite like to play Gusto based on his recent performance. And I think he could start. But equally, just I'm not benching White, Porro, or Gvardiol, and I'm not going to play for at the back either. So, yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Someone did just ask, is there any news on Wilson? Nothing as of yet. I would predict he'll be on the bench, but not starting. But there are rumours going around that Gordon could be out. If Gordon is out, they could play like Isak on the left or switch up the formation slightly, have Isak and Wilson starting together. Right, let's get to a couple of super chats that I missed while I was ranting. Ross, great name. Ross, I think you have been the first super chat in like 3 or 4 streams, because I always remember starting by saying, Ross, that's a great name. I make the same joke every time. It's terrible. I'm such a dad. I'm not a dad, but I'm already cracking out the dad jokes. Thanks for a great season, Ross. You've helped me to first in my mini league. Do you know what? If there is one compliment that I love, it's not even a compliment, but a piece of feedback, is when people say you helped me win my mini league. I just feel such a sense of achievement. It's nice because I haven't won many of my mini leagues, and the main reason for that is because FPL Pickle is in a lot of them. But yeah, I've come second and third in a lot of my mini leagues. You're 2 points clear though. Okay, so we need to make sure you get it. Saka, Havertz, Eze, or Elise to hold the rank. If you're trying to purely protect, I genuinely think Havertz and Elise are going to be higher owned than Eze and Saka. I think Havertz will be the highest owned of those 4. So if you're holding rank purely, Havertz. If you want to pick who you think is the best player, I think Saka, Havertz, Eze, and Elise are brilliant. I think Saka's going to be remarkably lowly owned, genuinely, because he's been sold by more managers than he's been bought in by. And I think he was only a 20-30% EO last week. Is that about right? Saka, was he like 20-30%? Because you owned him, didn't you? Around 30. So I reckon Saka might stay around 30% EO, which is ridiculous going into the final days. He's arguably, if not definitely their best FPL asset. So if you think Saka starts, which I probably do, I don't mind a punt on Saka potentially. Let me actually run that captaincy poll before I get back to answering some of your questions. Thank you so much for all the support already, by the way. I appreciate you all more than you know. I've actually been really excited for this this deadline. I love GameWeek38 deadline stream. 18.5%. Yeah. So Saka was 18.5 in the top 10k last week. He might not go over 30 then. Maybe in the top 10k he might creep up a little bit because obviously they're engaged managers. They're not going to be selling him. But GameWeek38 captaincy poll. The final captaincy poll of the season. Yeah, exactly. Right, Haaland. Chat, who are you captaining this week? Is it Son, Palmer? If you're not captaining Haaland, who are you captaining? Havertz? We're probably going to have to do like a Havertz, Saka, Trossard, Odie. Ben White. Oh, Ben White's a naughty pick. I like that one. Son, Foden, Salah, Isak, Salah. Oh, lots of Salahs. Oh, go on then. I'll have Salah as an option for the good old days. Sorry if you're not captaining one of... actually, I'm going to have to do it like that, aren't I? Sorry, there are so many captaincy options this week. I'm going to have to make the poll really like weird and annoying. Then I'm going to do Son. Oh, this is a really awful poll, though, like this. Oh, I don't like this a lot at all, but here we go. This is an awful poll. Sorry, chat. Like, as I said for a while, if anyone is ever watching that's involved in YouTube, please give me more than 3 bloody options. Sorry, 4 options for a poll. There we go. We've run a very, very, very awful GameWeek38 captaincy poll, but please feel free to vote. Also, just let us know in the chat as well. I appreciate that as well. And then obviously people can just look at that. Morning all. For some reason, the video was 10 minutes behind and I was still on the intro. Oh, dear. Welcome, Frosty. Welcome. You got here in the end. It wouldn't be a stream without you turning up late. Right. Shazam says, just wanted to thank you and, of course, Pickle for the great advice over the season. First time for me inside the top 80k. Been a great fun, entertaining, and a complete blast. Have a good break and catch you soon. I love you. I actually do, Mr. Shazam. Thank you very much for the support. Pickle's got a big smile on her face as well, so thank you. I appreciate you more than you know. Not only for FPL, but also for the South London stuff as well. It's been nice chatting to someone about that, so thank you, my man. I appreciate you. Glory Man United says, man, I can't stay up any longer here in the States. Up 13 in my mini league. 1 free transfer. Start Isak up top with Jackson, Haaland, or transfer Bruno G to Elise for a 3-5-2. Second place has only a few differences from me. In all honesty, like if you're protecting, and especially if your second place has Isak, I would do the 3-4-3 with Isak. If your second place doesn't have Isak, and you fancy Elise as a punt, I really like the 3-5-2 of Elise. But like, it will be a common theme here when I'm answering your questions today, guys. You need to think about what you need in your specific situation, because in isolation, I'd probably just about prefer Elise to Isak. But if second place has Isak and you're trying to protect, then obviously you keep Isak and you don't make that move. So it really depends in your own position. But yeah, if second place has Isak, I'd keep him. My girlfriend is top 1k. She's 10 points after number 1 in the mini league. She can win a trip for 2 to a Premier League game. Wow. Should she captain Palmer over Haaland? Oh. Yeah. I don't know about Palmer. Mate, I would probably, if she's really pushing for the chance to win a prize and she's at that rank, it depends what's more important to her. Is it more important holding where she is or really going for it? If you want to go for it, then absolutely. If you've got to catch up 10 points plus, you're probably starting to look at captaining someone other than Haaland, yeah. I don't know about Palmer, because Bournemouth aren't awful, but Palmer is probably the best FPL asset this season, and he's on pens, so... Nshep says 29k at the moment. Where can I find how many points I would need to get top 20k? If too many points going to safe with transfers today. Go on to livefpl.net and then scroll to the bottom and it will tell you how many points off you are. Yeah, livefpl.net and it will say, or just find someone in one of your mini leagues that is ranked 20k. Look at how many points they're on is the old-fashioned way. And then obviously that's how many points you need to get to. FPL Machine says, thanks for this season, mate. Should I get rid of KDB or Gordon? One free transfer was thinking either Elise or Trossard and who to captain. Currently 22 points ahead of third place in my mini league. My captaincy options are Haaland, Foden, Palmer. If you're happy with where you're at, I'd captain Haaland. Otherwise, I actually don't mind Foden. I think Foden could have an absolute stormer today because he's just won player of the season, I should say. But probably if you're backing against Haaland, you might as well back against City and just say that they only win like 1 or 2-0 and maybe go Palmer. Out of getting rid of KDB or Gordon, I'd rather get rid of Gordon than KDB. And I would probably just about favour Trossard ahead of Elise, but I think that one's very, very, very close. I'm currently, like I said, choosing between Eze, Elise, and Trossard myself. B. Cole says, do minus points from extra transfers count towards mini league total scores? It's not minus points, it's how many transfers you've made in total. Wait, do minus points from extra... Yeah, so your hits count towards your overall points, absolutely. But if you're equal on points at the end of the season, it goes down to total transfers made. So obviously, if you've taken more hits throughout the season, then you're more likely to finish below the person that you're totaled on points with. That's what happened to me last season. I finished 10.1k, but I made like 3 transfers more than the people that were inside the top 10k. So because I took more hits, I was punished. I actually feel like it should be the opposite. I feel like if I can finish on the same amount of points as you, and I've taken more hits, that should be a positive thing. We've got Luke Boy says, wherever, yeah, you are. Hi, Ross and Pickle. Luke Boy says hello. I'm 25k. Might just bring in Salah in for a -4 on captain. Love it. Been crying last few days over Klopp and just want a piece of his final game. I'm not going to lie. If I was a Liverpool fan, which I'm not, I would absolutely bring in and captain Salah. I really would. It's Klopp's final game, maybe Salah's final game. Can you imagine the beauty of it if Salah goes out there and smashes it? I would absolutely do that. I'm not saying it's the correct decision, but yes, Luke, I would absolutely be doing that if I was a Liverpool fan. Hi, Ross. Bench one of Elise, Mateta, or Isak. Big love. Big love to you as well. Bench one of Elise. I'd probably bench Isak if you're chasing, and if you're not chasing, then probably Mateta, because Mateta will be the lowest owned. I know you probably want my advice around who do I think is the best to start a bench, but it's 1 week. It's so difficult. I also think that Villa are going to be hungover, tired, not really caring too much about this game. Whereas I think Palace can go anywhere from 10th to 14th, depending upon the result of this game. So I kind of like the idea of starting Elise and Mateta. But obviously benching Isak sounds wild. He's been so fantastic. Fuel Your Grind says, Yo Gaffer, thanks for the sick content this season. Thank you very much. Hoping to better 250k this season. Very nice. I have Havertz. Thoughts on going for a White or Palace attacker? I think I'd go for a Palace attacker. I know White's got a chance for a clean sheet and attacking returns, but in the final day, I don't love defender transfers. Unless your defence is super weak. Unless you're starting like Branthwaite and Tarkowski against Arsenal and you're like, they're not going to get me anything anyway, then maybe go for it. But I would much rather attack. Like, you can imagine Elise going out and getting you 2 or 3 attacking returns, couldn't you? Happy GameWeek 38, start Isak or Jackson? The $1 million question. I'll run a poll for that in a second because I'm very interested. Chat, let us know. Isak or Jackson, who would you start? Who would you bench? I know a lot of people are in that discussion at the moment. I would probably bench Isak and start Jackson. Would be my just because of the home versus away. And I just think Jackson's playing. Jackson's missed a few chances, and you could just say he's like Darwin, right? He will miss chances, which he might. But Jackson is getting a slightly higher quantity of chances, believe it or not, than Jackson in recent weeks. But Isak's a baller, isn't he? And he's probably on penalty, so it's difficult. I would just about start Jackson ahead of Isak, but I think that is incredibly close. I don't think Gordon being out is great for Isak, is the other thing, because Gordon's one of their most creative players, if not their most. Jordan says, no Haaland captain for the 4 goals killed my season. That was really tough. Hail Mary, Haaland, Palmer to Mateta, Salah captaincy punt. Thank you for the great content. Good luck. I love that. These are the kind of moves that only make sense in Game Week 38. Right? If you told me selling Haaland and Palmer in any other game week, I would say you are absolutely mental. But if Haaland and Palmer blank at 100% EO each, well, Haaland's going to be like 200% owned, and Mateta and Salah smash it, you could make up genuinely like 40 to 50 points, that kind of move. I think if you are truly, if you're watching this right now and you're like, I'm 35, 40 points off, you need to sell the likes of Haaland, Son, Palmer, Foden. You have to. Because you're not going to make up that level of points by just 1 or 2 differentials. You've got to sell the big boys. I like that, Jordan. Good luck. Shazam says, me again. Thank you very much, my man. I appreciate you so much. Bench boost active, 10 points in front of my mini leagues. 10 points, okay. Bench boost active. Okay, you should be in a good position then. Second place has a different team. Do I bring in Porro and Jackson for a -4 or just Porro, both of which they have in their team, to safeguard some points or replace Gordon? Oh, that's so tough. I think you need to replace Gordon because you're on a bench boost and there are rumours going around that he might be out. I don't know how reliable those rumours are. It's not from anyone that has been consistently correct. But just due to the doubt, you don't want a bench boost for 14 players. I would maybe go Porro and a replacement for Gordon and then leave Jackson and just hope that Jackson doesn't go too big is probably the way that I'd approach that. You almost want to do a bit of both. You want to make sure your team's good, but you also need to protect from those that are chasing you. But I think with the bench boost active and knowing that you've got a decent team, you should be fine for the win. I would hope so anyway. Jace, thank you very much for the support as always. Saka and Isak or Bruno and Eze. Also Saka or Havertz. Oh my goodness. Saka and Isak or Bruno. Well, you've got 4 penalty takers there, so that wouldn't help. Saka or Havertz. I think I would genuinely be tempted by Saka if I had the funds. He's going to be really lowly owned on pens. The only risk is if he doesn't play, of course, but I expect him to. It's the final day of the season. He's got to play. He might not get... Do you see me just go to adjust my cap then? And I just touched my big egg. Saka and Isak or Bruno and Eze? I've got to say Saka and Isak, but my heart says Bruno and Eze, but that's because I'm a Man United fan and I love Eze. But I think in isolation, like in any other normal week, you've got to say Saka and Isak are better. That's a tough one, though. Father says, hi, Ross. Sorry for missing a lot of the stream. It's been a great season for me now. No worries. You never have to apologise. That's fine. You've just given me your team. Listen, mate, you drop out. You don't attend streams for ages. You come back and your team looks perfect. I just remember you always just send me messages and your team just... It looks great. Honestly, there's not much I would change with that. Great. The only thing I can see which isn't perfect is you don't have an Arsenal defender. But other than that, it's a very, very strong team. So if you have another free transfer, maybe bring in an Arsenal defender. Sam says, you and I are on exactly the same points. There we go. Best managers are on how many points? I don't know how many points I'm on, but the best managers are on those points. How many transfers have you made? I'm on 42. Best of luck. Oh, I can tell you. How many transfers have I made? 42. We're on the same rank with the same number of transfers. If you just scroll down on the page, I've made 42 transfers. That's not a lot. Oh, actually, it's more than I thought I would. I've taken a lot of hits recently. It's been rough. It's been rough for me.
Can you only check that on the website?
Probably, yeah. I think, yeah, I think so.
I can probably count it.
Yeah, you could just go on the Game Week history and count. But that's long, innit? But yeah, 42 transfers as well. Let us know in the chat how many transfers you've made. There is a captaincy poll as well. Make sure you vote on that. We'll be changing that poll to a Jackson versus Isak starting poll in a second, because I know a lot of people have that discussion. What FPL YouTubers are you looking to beat this season? I don't really care too much about that, as long as I've got a respectable rank. But I think Oscar's at 52k, and I think Andy's at 41k. So, I mean, Harry's brilliant. Harry's top 10k. Mate is outside the top 100k. So I don't... Mate's way behind. Harry's way in front. I think the only two that are right in and around me are Oscar and Andy. But why are you bald? Good question. Ask my mum. 100 is probably my dad, actually, rather than my mum. But Just throw my mum under the bus. 105 transfers. James, how many hits have you taken?
Made 44.
You've made 44. 2 more transfers. Yeah, you took a few minus saves, didn't you?
My accent.
No, we're not going to talk about that. It ruins your credibility. 79 transfers. Wow.
Oh dear.
Muted? Am I muted? It's only one person, I think I'm fine. This looks fine on my end. The light is reflecting off my tie clip and it is shining brighter than my head. Lewis says, third in my mini league, 5 points behind top. Very nice. Do I do Gordon to Elise, Trossard to Eze? Okay, sorry, you're 5 points behind, so it's not that much. Trossard, okay. Or Elise, Trossard or Eze. Or even Isak to Gakpo, as I need a differential to win it. I think given that Isak is fit, we think, and Gordon is less likely to feature, and also Isak is better away than Gordon, I would do Gordon to Elise, Trossard or Eze. As to which you go for, completely up to you. I've got no idea. I'm going to go for one of the three as well. If I was just giving out advice, probably Elise, maybe Trossard. Eze would be third, but I'm probably most likely to go for Eze, but that's because I like him as a player, and I think in Game Week 38, you're supposed to have a bit of fun with it. And I also think that Eze will be the lowest owned of the three of them. So I think you will gain the most with Eze, but obviously that doesn't mean that that's the only reason you should go for him, Lewis. TGH94 says, hi, would you do a -4 to hold a 15-point lead and beat the same guy in the cup, thinking Bruno and Gordon to Eze and Havertz, the other guy has triple Arsenal defence? Yeah, I don't mind. I don't love selling Bruno, but again, that might be a bit of bias from me. Eze and Havertz is definitely an upgrade on Bruno and Gordon. I wonder if you could just do Gordon to Eze or Havertz, but unless you want both, then I don't mind it. The thing is, if you take a -4, that goes down to an 11-point lead. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'd probably keep Bruno if it was me. But 11-point lead, you should still be okay. Have you seen this all FPL YouTube guy walking around asking strangers about their FPL teams? No, that sounds fun though. I'll check that out. Is it like a short form or is it long form? I'll look at it. ALFPL. Yeah, I'll look into that. I'm all for people being innovative with FPL content. I'm trying to be innovative. You'll see what I've got planned for next season, something massive. But I think more people need to try and do different stuff with the space. There seems to be a lot of complaints from actually some content creators that it's a bit stale. I don't think so. I bloody love FPL, and I think everyone will love FPL for a long time. But I also think we are responsible as content creators to keep the game fresh and not be responsible for making it stale. So yeah, if there's more people doing different content, I love it. I'll be trying to think over the summer if I can do anything better and more unique too. I'm 15 points off the top 50k. Is that doable? That is absolutely doable, but I think you need a differential transfer and a differential captain. So I think if you're 15 points or more, you can't just bring in Elise. Because if Elise gets you 15 points, which is a big score, by the way, that's a huge score, you're not gaining all 15 of those points, right? Because he's going to be about 50% owned. So if Elise gets you 15, you're gaining 7.5. You then need to make up another 7.5 points somewhere else in your team, whilst also simultaneously not losing points to other players that you don't own. 15 points is a hell of a lot to go in 1 week. So I think you probably need a differential captain and a differential transfer. In fact, you could even captain the differential transfer, right? That's another option. Sophie Lopez says, thanks, Ross, for all of your advice and videos this season. Thank you, Sophie. You've been in, I genuinely think, every single stream. I'm currently ranked 43.6. Okay, so what you're telling me is you're 100 places ahead of me. In that case, I hope you have a fantastic game week, but I hope you score one less point than me. And I can finish just ahead of you. But that's a great season, honestly. Well done. Honestly, some of the people that are watching, let us know actually in the chat. I'd love to see this right now. What is your current rank? And be honest, don't lie. I want to see who's got the best rank. I just saw a little smirk out the corner of my eye because FPL Pickle's thinking, yeah, I'm ranked like 2k. Let me know what's your current rank. And hopefully someone be better than FPL Pickle.
Someone will be better than that.
Sorry about that loud slurp. Cool, lots of people, yeah. Top 100k, top 200k, really good ranks. Frosty, you're at, what is that, 11.7? Oh, Frosty, you've got to get back inside that top 10k. Good luck. 3k. 837th. There we go. That's the highest I've seen there. Okay, I've seen 2 top 1ks.
Oh, there's a couple of 1k.
Few 1ks. 390th. There is a guy that watches me that's top 30k, top 30 overall.
Wow.
7th. I'm gonna call liar, but maybe not. Sorry if you're not. Great achievement. I'm just so bitter and jealous. I'm going to do a mad one this week to try and get back at it. Template won't work. Yeah, good luck, Frosty. Let me know what you're planning.
Frosty.
I know, he's had such a good season. When I say comfortably one of the best managers I know, but gets repeatedly quite unlucky, it's quite painful.
I was so convinced he was going to go ahead of me last week.
Yeah, I know. Very nice. Ranked 270th. Oh, I would kill to be there. To be fair, for me, the measure of a good season is and this isn't like a trying to make myself. The measure of a good season for me is how good the advice is that I give, because that's how I get enjoyment from the game. So getting a good rank as well would be lovely, by the way. And I'm not saying mine isn't, but if you could offer me win FPL but have a bad season on YouTube, or have a good season on YouTube and finish 100k, I promise every day of the week I take the good season on YouTube, because it means I've helped thousands of you. I can continue to do this as a part-time job as well. It's wonderful. Edward says, must start 2 of Wilson, Gordon, and Garnacho. Will sell 1 of them. Must I take a -4? I'm not chasing, but defending 23 points is 17k within top of my top 100k target. I think Wilson and Gordon are both big risks. But do you sell both Wilson and Gordon? I honestly think Garnacho is the one you don't sell. Oh, my camera's gone already. I think, honestly, Gordon is the one... Garnacho is the one you don't sell just because he's the only one that's actually definitely fit. So I think you sell probably Gordon first because he sounds like the bigger doubt. And no, I think Gordon will start. It's just there's rumours going around that he's not going to. I think you sell Wilson and Gordon because I don't think it's a great game for Newcastle, and I think there are other really nice options. So yes, I would take out Wilson and Gordon for a -4, just about. But obviously, if they both start, then I feel terrible because that's probably an awful decision. Bench 1 of Son, Foden, Jackson. Jackson. Trent or Ben White? Trent or Jackson? Trent. Trent on the final day at home. Klopp's last game. I think Trent could go ballistic. If I had the money to get to Trent, I'd be extremely tempted. He's one of the only defenders I'd comfortably play a back 4 to get Trent in. I could, but it'd be a -4 to do it, and I don't want to do that. There you go. The board heads back. Isak and Gordon to Mateta and Salah for a -4. Oh, that's beautiful. Or Gordon to Havertz, Saka. Overall, 2 points inside the top 1k. 20 points ahead in my winning leagues. They will punt. Oh, man. I love the Mateta and Salah moves. Because you're protecting, I would do Gordon to Havertz. And I hate that. I really do, because I really like the Salah move. But I think I've got to advise you, if you're protecting rank and protecting your mini leagues, Gordon to Havertz. But I really do like, if you just want to just continue, because it sounds like you've had a banging season. You've probably been super aggressive with your... If you want to just continue playing the way that you've played and playing in like an attacking format, Mateta and Salah is a great double transfer in. So I don't dislike that at all. What will Salah's EO be? 20 to 25% maximum? Not many people are going to be able to get to him. And not many will captain him, even if they do go for him. So I don't think he's going to be that highly owned. KDB and Wilson to Salah and Mateta -4, tied at first. KDB and Wilson, Salah and Mateta. I love that. Yeah. Again, I'm really jealous of people that go for Salah. And the thing is, I can do exactly what you're doing. I can do Wilson and Fernandes to Salah and Mateta -4 comfortably. I just don't want to sell Bruno, which is such a stupid reason to not bring in Mohamed Salah. But also because it's for a hit. If it was free transfers, I honestly think I might do it because it feels like it's going to punish you less. But if Bruno Fernandes scores a pen, he gets bonus. Bruno's going to get 10 points if he gets a pen. Well, then that's 14 points plus whatever the player that I would have played instead of Wilson got. Let's say it's even Garnacho for a 2-pointer. What you're telling me is Salah and Mateta have to score over 16 points just to make back the hit at that point. It's difficult, but I do understand the desire. Like I said, especially if you're a Liverpool fan. Thank you for being here in the stream, by the way. If you are enjoying the stream, I guess you could still subscribe. There'll be lots of preseason content, but also just make sure you drop a like on the stream as well. Thank you for being here for the final stream as well. I will probably feel slightly emotional soon. Sania says, I forgot to activate my bench boost last week. Please can you advise on a bench boost team for this week? I don't really understand the question because I can't advise on a team because you're not going to make that many transfers. My advice would be wait until the last minute to see if we get team leaks and just make sure that you've got 15 players that look likely to start. Don't have a bench loaded with injured players. Don't have loads of players that they might not feature at all. If it requires a -4 or a -8 to get 15 starting players, I'd probably still be willing to do that. SK says, great season and great content. Thank you very much. Who to captain? Bruno, Elise, Palmer, Foden, Haaland, Isak, Jackson. Okay, so you got like the stand front line. Bruno and Elise are nice differentials. Trying to figure out if Villa are going to chill or not. This is the chat that I was having with Pickle. So she's a Villa fan. I think she's probably of the opinion, yeah, they're hungover and they probably are going to chill. Because if you look at the table, like I said, Palace can either go up to 10th if they win and some of the results go their way, or they can drop to 14th if they lose. And you have to remember, that doesn't affect whether they're going to play European football or anything like that. They're not going to get relegated. But the difference in like prize money and money for advertising and all different things for 14th versus 10th is quite a lot. And also, you can say you finished in the top 10. So I think they're going to want to go for this. And it's at home. And they've been brilliant at Selhurst Park, especially under Glasner. I kind of expect Palace to win this game. And maybe score a few goals as well. It's one attempted by Eze. Here for FPL says, thanks for this season, Ross. Thank you for being here as always. Lots of regulars. I do appreciate it. Jackson versus Isak. Oh, yeah, I need to run that poll. I think... Oh, sorry, little burp. I think I would start Jackson. But I think it's very close. FPL Pickle's got that exact decision to make, and I will update you with what she's doing throughout. What are you current? Isak versus Jackson.
Yeah.
I think she's looking at maybe starting Isak at the moment, but she'll update us. Who would you start? Okay? There's a poll coming on who would you start out of Jackson and Isak. Try to be honest. This is going to help a lot of people out with knowing like what most people will be doing.
Most will go Jackson, I think.
Well, they'd start Jackson, you think? Yeah. Okay, who would you start, Isak or Jackson? There you go. There's a poll coming now for those people that have that discussion themselves. Where's your top hat? I probably should have bought a top hat, shouldn't I? Or like a Peaky Blinders hat. I forgot what they're called. What are they called? Flat cap?
I was just going to roast you.
Why are we going to roast me? Jack Hodson says, top of my mini league by 17 with one free transfer. Top 17 points is really good. You should be fine. Okay, that's your team. Should I just do Onana to Raya or Gordon to Trossard and play 3-5-2? Onana to Raya is not a move I would want to make. Again, Raya might keep a clean sheet. Onana might not. But we saw in before, Onana makes like 2 or 3 saves. He'll pick up 3 or 4 points. Then it's probably not worth making the move because Raya doesn't make many saves. I'd go Gordon to Trossard and play 3-5-2. Unless... See, the only reason I wouldn't like that is if second and third and fourth in your mini league have Haaland, Isak, Jackson, because then you just block them. I would do Gordon to Trossard. If everyone else in your mini league has Isak, Jackson, Haaland, Jack, I would keep those front three and just play Trossard instead of Bruno. However, if people in your mini league don't have Isak or Jackson, bench the one that they don't have. Because I think, like I said with a few other people, you want to block second place, but you also want to still try and get points. It's such a weird sort of mind game situation to be in. Because you can get too overly obsessed with what your mini league second place is doing when you're protecting rank. And the best play might have just been pick the players that get the most points, which it probably still is. But I do think you need to consider what they're doing. Because if they're, like I said, if their team is exactly the same as yours, but they've got Havertz and you've got Bruno, just do Bruno to Havertz. It's such a dick move, but it will pay off for you because then where are they gaining their points? Because even if they then bring in a differential somewhere else, that differential has to get 15 points by themselves. So I do think you want to try and block if you're more than 10 points clear in your mini league. That's when you start looking to block, I think. 3-way race for my mini league. Nice, Ryan. I like it when it goes down to the final day. All level on points. One has the free hit. Would going differential be the play here? All level on points and one has a free hit. Or the one with the free hit, if he doesn't win it, he's had a stinker. 2 free transfers. I would maybe look at like bringing in Salah and captaining him or doing something like that, yeah. Because I do think that it will be close between the two of you that aren't free hit, but the guy with the free hit is in a massively advantageous situation here. So yeah, Ryan, I probably would. It probably would be Salah in for captaincy or maybe like double Arsenal attack or just something where you think you can differentiate slightly. I like that. Ben White or Jackson? Well, you got to start one of them. Oh, that's a tough one. Jackson. I'd always start the attacker. But Ben White is legit, obviously. Is Gvardiol worth a -4? No. Also, bench. I don't think any defender's worth a -4 for me. Because I know Gvardiol and White and that they get attacking returns and clean sheets, but you need an attacking return and a clean sheet for it to be really worth it. If they just get one of the two, they're only likely to either just pay back the hit or maybe not even pay it back, just sort of like equal it out. So I wouldn't take a -4 for many defenders personally. So I'm going to say no to that. Also, bench one out of KDB, Isak, Jackson. Oh, God, one of Isak or Jackson. Appreciate you as always, mate. I would probably just about lean Isak, but I think it's very close. So if you look at the poll, 61% are saying start Jackson, 39% Isak. I think it's so close. It's like, just take your pick. Barry says, "Hi Ross, I'm 1 point ahead in my mini league. My team is I've 3.1 in the bank, looking to replace Gordon with Diaz, Elise, or Eze. What's your thoughts?" If you're a Liverpool fan, maybe Luis Diaz. Have a bit of fun with it, Barry. But if you're not a Liverpool fan, I still think I prefer Elise and Eze to Luis Diaz slightly. Between Elise and Eze, Elise's been the one getting the points. Elise's data has been strong across the season. But just recently, Eze's data has shot through the roof. It's unbelievable. It's almost at 0.9 XGI per 90. So I quite like a punt on Eze. But Elise is probably the slightly safer one. Especially if you're 1 point ahead. I think you... Maybe just because your mini league leader could, your mini league second place could look to bring in Elise as well. It's a tough one. I'll probably go Elise for you. Oscar says 1 free transfer and who to play. So you need to bench some of those. Dubravka, Isak, Saliba, Gusto. I would concur with that. Or you bench Jackson. I think I would agree you bench Saliba there, believe it or not, because you've got Gvardiol, Gabriel, Porro. I'd be slightly tempted to start Saliba instead of Porro. Slightly, just because you've got Vicario if they do keep a clean sheet. And then when it comes down to what's more likely, a Porro attacking return or a Saliba clean sheet, statistically, it's probably a Saliba clean sheet and bonus points. I'd be tempted to play Saliba, but outside of that, I think you've got it spot on, Oscar. Luke says, should I go nuts for a -8 and get Trent, Havertz and Mateta? Okay, I love those. For Jackson, Richarlison and Burn, or be conservative and sell Richarlison for Eze? Well, I mean, if you're chasing, Luke, you absolutely go for that -8 because it's beautiful, but you'd have to be seriously chasing for me to consider that. And do remember that if you're like 30 points away and you take a -8, now you're 38 points away. I think some people fail to recognize this when they're like, I'm 15 points behind, should I take a -12? And I'm like, well, then you're 27 points behind now. And that becomes a ridiculous margin to overcome. So do be careful if you're chasing to not take too much of a hit. In all honesty, I probably would in your situation probably just do Richarlison to Eze, Luke, unless like you really want to go for it with the others. Mark said, thanks for this season, Ross. Thank you very much, Mark. Thoughts on going for Eze and Elise instead of one Arsenal attacker? Yeah, I really like that. Again, if we're expecting Villa to be on the beach a little bit and just be a little bit hungover from their celebrations, Elise and Eze together, I really don't have any issues with that. And Everton are very good defensively. I don't think the Arsenal team are going to completely destroy Everton. Although Everton have nothing to play for and Arsenal have everything to play for. So narrative-wise, maybe we would expect it. Wow, I just joined the stream and now I see this elegant egg. Thanks for your amazing content throughout the season. I know people are like, whoa, what is this big egg doing out? What do we think about the egg, chat? Are we fans? Or should I put the cat back on as soon as possible? Oh, I'm going to miss you guys. You're so sweet and abusive at the same time. It's a very toxic relationship we have. 18 points behind the leader. Do I need to captain someone else other than Haaland? Absolutely. Palmer or Son? I'd go Son. I think everyone's disregarding Son because he's not played very well recently and is completely neglecting the fact that he's on penalties playing against Sheffield United. Although captaining players against Sheffield United has been an absolute disaster this season every time I've done it. I've done it multiple times. It's never paid off. But I would be tempted by Sonny, honestly. And I think he's going to be slightly more of a differential than Palmer. Harry says, best 3 to 4 differentials for my bench boost team. Forgot to activate in 37. Looking for any position, but definitely a striker or midfielder. Midfielder, I think Eze, Brennan Johnson would be 2 lowly owned players that I'd be very tempted by. And for a striker, I'd go Mateta, Wood, or Gakpo. Probably Wood. I'll go, there's the 2 differentials for you, Brennan Johnson and Chris Wood. I think they'll both be very lowly owned and I like their fixtures. But yeah, any of the players that I've just mentioned there. Saheen Shah says, hey Ross, 15 points up in my mini league, 8k overall, thanks to you. That is amazing, really, really good. Top 10k and winning the mini league. You have the same best 11 as second. If I go Bruno to Saka and bench Gabriel for Porro, what would you advise? Bruno to Saka and bench Gabriel for Porro. I wouldn't bench Gabriel. I like Bruno to Saka, that's fine as a move for free. I wouldn't bench Gabriel for Porro though. I'd rather play Gabriel than Porro. I'd rather play Gabriel than anyone. Gabriel's probably the best defender this week. He has had that bullet header loading for a long time now. He's not scored in a little while. I really do think that we could see a Gabriel. I'd hate it. It would be season over for me because he's like 80% owned, but could see it. People seem to like the egg. In the egg we trust. Love the egg. Love the egg. No, this is the support I need. Thank you. Thank you, Pickle. My pickles are beautiful. Beautiful. She does like to stroke the egg from time to time, like a genie lamp. Where was I? I need to get a water. 1 second. Don't. I'm back. I say this all the time, but I really hate it when streamers either slurp down the mic when they're drinking, or when you have to swallow when you're streaming, right? Oh my god, that sounds sus. You have to swallow when you're streaming, but you don't have to swallow so loudly and so directly at the microphone. It really annoys me when people are like, what are you doing down the mic? Just look away slightly and then go back at it. Anyway, Chris Pepper says, happy streaming, Ross. Can't listen in today, but wanted to drop a message to say that we have loved the stream and we'll miss your egg. What? You're just a bunch of legends. You're a bunch of legends. Thank you very much, Chris, if you are somehow still watching at this point. Hassam says, I'm grateful I found your channel. This is my first season playing FPL. I'm in the top 100k and leading my mini league by 120 points, even though I started from game week 2, all thanks to you. That's sorry, top 100k and you missed an entire game week. Mate, you would have been... Well, I scored 82 points in game week 1. You might have been top 10k. Or like at least top 50k. That is an incredible season. I will not take credit for that, but well done. That is brilliant. Gordon and KDB to Salah and Elise for a -4. Oh, yeah. I really like that. Both risks. Salah and Elise, love both of those. Do you know what, James? Yes. Nick says, top of my mini league by 133 points. No question, just gloating. Nick, that is my favourite super chat I've ever received. No question, just gloating. 133 points. This tells me one of two things. This tells me you are an excellent FPL manager, or it tells me that your mini league rivals are absolutely terrible. One of the two things. Probably a mixture of both. James says, Bruno and João Pedro for Salah and Mateta. 2 free transfers. I think that Brighton Man United game could be a free-for-all. I'm hesitant to say Manchester United at the best of times play like they're playing basketball, right? It's pinging back and forth. You're then taking out the 2 penalty takers in that game. But it is Salah. Considering it's for free, James, I don't mind it. But I would not be surprised to see that be like 3-3, 4-4 that game. But yeah, I think in isolation, Salah and Mateta are better than Bruno and João Pedro. I would say so, yeah. Jay says, firstly, thanks for all of your advice. You are welcome, Jay. And as always, with a few people that I've said here, thank you for being in all of the streams. I do appreciate you very much. Secondly, you look a lot like Hitman today. Definitely. I get that. I think someone said that last time I was in a suit. It might have been you, to be fair. Thirdly, some advice, please. Start 3 from Porro, Gusto, White, Burn, Romero. I would start Porro, White, and Gusto, I think. Because he's more attacking, right? I do like Romero, though. Burn, I definitely wouldn't start Burn. I think I'd go Porro, Gusto, White. Second, Gordon out for Havertz or Eze Elise. 4-point hit to take De Bruyne out for 2 of them. If it was me, I'd keep De Bruyne and I would go for Havertz probably out of those options, Jay. Yeah. I think I'm happy with that advice. But thank you very much for the super chat. I do really appreciate it. Very, very supportive, man. Sorry, I lost where I was. Morsan says, 2 free transfers. Use one to bench Van de Ven to Saliba in, have Porro. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah, I'd bench Van de Ven. I'd probably start Van de Ven. I don't dislike Saliba, and he could grab a goal in any given game. Of course he could, but I feel like there are higher upside moves this week than bringing in Saliba to bench Van de Ven. I'd probably bring in some attackers that you really like the look of. AG says, hey, Ross, do you think any Arsenal attackers are essential? No. I might not do it myself. And I'll probably regret doing so. In fact, it's even saying that out loud, I'm like, I think it is great if you can get one, is the way that I word it, but they're not essential. Currently, my midfielders are Foden, Son, Gordon, Palmer. Can't afford Gordon to Saka. I'll do Gordon to Trossard if you can afford that, though. Or Havertz. I probably think Havertz is probably the best transfer in at the moment for the Arsenal mids, but I really like Saka if you can afford it. And I think Trossard is fine. Trossard's data is really, really good. I think he'll start again. He just doesn't get 90 minutes. Darren says, 7 points covers the top 3 in my mini league. Wow. One of them is still to use their bench boost. Shall I still captain Haaland or risk captain either Palmer, Foden, Mateta? If your team is very similar to them and they've got their bench boost, I think you might have to captain someone different, yeah. My issue with that, Darren, is if you do captain someone else and then you realise if you had have just captained Haaland, you would have won the league. That will be tough to take. I think you need to work out how different your team is to the person that's bench boosting. If it's very different already, you could probably just risk captaining Haaland. But if it is quite similar and they've got the bench boost, right, you'd expect their bench boost to score more than 7 points, then you probably do need to risk the captaincy. Marcus says 3 points behind in my mini league. God, these mini leagues are tight at the moment, aren't they? Wow. How should I approach it? 3 points behind. Okay, differential players, captain and hits. We have identical teams apart from maybe 1 or 2 players, and I have 1 free transfer. I think 3 points, you could probably just hope that your differential transfer smashes it. I wouldn't be taking a hit because then you're 7 points behind. All of a sudden, that's a lot. I would go 1 differential transfer and hope they do well, or maybe don't even go for the differential transfer and just captain someone different and just hope the captaincy swings in your favour. I don't think you need to do all of those things with 3 points. Should I sell... Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Marcus. Should I sell Edison or play Onana? I'd play Onana, man. He'll get some saves at least. He'll concede, of course he will, but he'll make some... And you never know. And the thing is with Onana, if Onana ever gets a clean sheet, he's going to get 10 points because he has to make 45 saves a game. So I like Onana. He's not an issue for this week, I don't think. Joseph says, De Bruyne, Son to Salah, Trossard -4. What are your thoughts? Unless you are super, super chasing, I don't like that. Because I just don't like selling Son. Unless you just really want Salah and that's your only route, or you're really chasing, I probably wouldn't be doing that myself. Wow, that's loud. Can you get 10 midfielders on a free hit? I don't understand the question. Are you saying by bringing in midfielders that play in forward and defensive positions? I feel like there should be a chip where... There used to be an all-out attack chip, didn't there? We could play all of your attackers. I'd quite like that. All-out attack. Or give you a free hit chip where you can play as many players in as many positions as you want. Right? One where you can pick all midfielders. Or if there's a week where you think there'll be loads of clean sheets, play your free hit and pick 10 defenders. I also feel like there should be a chip where you can pick as many players from... You know, like an FPL challenge, you can... like. If there's a week you think Arsenal are going to smash it, you can play like a free hit chip where you just get all Arsenal players for that week if you wanted to. I feel like they should definitely revive the chips. I'm not saying those are the best suggestions, but there needs to be some innovation, right? We haven't had a chip change in a long while. I'd like a new chip. What chips do you think should be added? Maybe we'll discuss that after the deadline, but let me know if there's any chips you think should be added. Tim says, leading my mini league by 2. Oh, 2. Wow, I'd be nervous. Have your attackers, but Gordon and Jackson over Garnacho and Wilson. Second place has Saka instead of Bruno, and the rest are the same. What would you do? See, when you're 2 points ahead, I don't think you want to start blocking. I would... So the only difference is Saka and Bruno. I think you're going to want to do Gordon to someone that you don't think he'll bring in. Trossard or Havertz could be good and just hope that they outscore Saka. Or you just go completely different on Elise, Eze, Brennan Johnson. When it's only 2 points, as I said with the previous guy, you don't need to take massive risks. But considering you've only got one player that's different, I would probably replace Gordon and go for Elise, Eze, Brennan Johnson. Someone that you don't think he'll bring in. If you think he's going to go for Elise, maybe try and differentiate slightly and go for an Eze. Yeah, 2 points just isn't enough to start playing defensively, I don't think. Paul says, afternoon, Ross. I made my transfers on Friday. Very nice. Won my mini league in the final of my League Cup. Very nice again. People are smashing it this year. I wish I was this successful. The transfers are Bruno to Kai and Garnacho to Elise. What are your thoughts? I don't dislike that at all. I mean, taking out both United attackers probably feels beautiful. I'm going to take out at least one of them. And if we get rumours that Bruno Fernandes doesn't start, which he may not, because he might be safe for the final, then I'd take out both of them. So yeah, I'm not going to tell someone that taking out 2 United attackers is a bad idea, and especially for for Kai Havertz and Elise, arguably the 2 best transfers in this week. In fact, they are the 2 most transferred in attackers this week. I think the only player that's transferred in by more is maybe Gvardiol. Rami says, Gordon and Bruno for Saka and Havertz. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I do really like that. Or Luis Diaz for a -4 on bench Isak. Or just bring in Saka or Havertz for free and play Isak. I'm 7k. I think all this comes down to, Rami, is do you want to push inside the top 5k? If you want to push for the top 5k, I would absolutely do Saka and Havertz in and bench Isak. If you just want to protect top 10k, I would bring in Havertz, not Saka, and start Isak. Because they're going to be the most highly owned players. So let's say I would do, if you can afford it, Gordon to Havertz, start Isak, and leave it there for free. If you're trying to protect top 10k. Spit your words out, FPL Raptor. Chasing and 16 points behind on my mini league. Wilson to Wood and Bruno to Salah for a -4. Wilson to Wood's a great transfer. Bruno to Salah, fine. Yeah, do you know what? Yes. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's one of the moves that I'm considering to get Salah in. What are your thoughts? I love it. Literally, don't need to add to it. Wood's great against Burnley. Wood's data recently has been better than some of the other forwards that we're looking at. Even as good as the likes of Jackson, Isak, etc. I have no issue with Chris Wood. And he's playing against Burnley as well. Sammy says 4 points behind my mate, and he's got triple captain left. Yeah, so you've got a couple of options here. You maybe go for a differential transfer, or you just captain someone else and hope that his triple captain fails. He's probably going to play it on Haaland, right, if he's triple captaining. So you need to probably captain someone other than Haaland and just hope that Haaland blanks, which probably isn't overly likely. Matthew says, we will definitely miss you over the summer, Ross. Remember to put sunscreen on your egg. Thank you so I actually burnt my egg the other day, and I blame FPL Pickle because she let my egg get burnt. No, I'm joking. We went for a barbecue over one of the parks near me, and I didn't put sunscreen on because I thought it's not that hot, and I burnt my egg quite badly. So thank you for the reminder. I will definitely sunscreen my egg. Patrick says, no Haaland in Game Week 36 killed my rank. Oh, God, that was painful. Still have a 9-point lead in my mini league and would need to take a 4-point hit to bring him in and lose Isak. Do I take the hit? Oh, my goodness. Right, chat, what would you do here? Patrick, look at the chat because I actually want a bit of help here. So Patrick is 9 points clear in his mini league, and he needs to take a 4-point hit to bring in Haaland and lose Isak. So his lead would go to 5 points, and he would lose Isak, but he'd be able to get Haaland. Would you do it? I'm not going to lie, Patrick. I think I would. I just can't see Haaland not absolutely battering West Ham today. This is the risk that you take with captaining someone else as well. Is it's a home game against one of the worst defenses in the league to win the league. But Haaland, I wouldn't say ghosts in big games, but I have seen Haaland in games of importance just not turn up. But I wonder if that's more so reflective of the fact that those big games are against really good teams. Like, this is a big game, but it's against a very, very average defense, if not one of the worst defenses in the league. So I would probably do it, Patrick, but read some of the chat messages. Maybe they'll convince you otherwise. Thanks for another great season of content, Ross. Thank you, Liam. I hope you are doing well, my man. Hope everything's going well in your personal life and FPL. Frosty says, David Moyes' final game, West Ham players to step up. Could you imagine? What a final game that would be for Moyes. I don't think so. I think they stopped playing for him a long time ago. I don't think it's like with Klopp, where they're really playing for him. Same with Brighton. I don't think the Brighton players step up to send off De Zerbi or anything like that. I think you've got to be chasing more than 15 points to go against Haaland cap. Sorry, I think I missed Tiggy Taylor's super chat. Thank you very much, Tiggy Taylor. And thank you for all the support with South London United as well. You're definitely one of the... I think you've been top 3 trainers like 4 weeks in a row. So thank you. I appreciate it. 38 points behind the top 200 for Game Week 6 joiners. Wow. You are top 200 in the world for Game Week 6 joiners. Go on, imagine if you joined in Game Week 1. Hope you have a good season next year. Haaland to Mateta. Gordon to Salah for a -4 and captain Son. Could be fun. Or just Gordon to Eze and captain Son. Thanks for the content. You're welcome, firstly. If you're really going for it, like, let's say, I just don't think you could catch 38 points, sadly. But, I mean, what have you got to lose, I suppose? If that's really all you're aiming for, then I would go for the, Haaland to Mateta, Gordon to Salah move and captain. In fact, you could even captain Salah if you want to really risk it. But I'd be hesitant to say that that's the best move there. I think probably Gordon to Eze in isolation. If I'm ignoring rank and all of that, I think that's probably the better move to Taylor. But why not go for it, I suppose, if that's all you're aiming for. Sammy said, missed super chat. I can't see your super chat, Sammy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not saying that you didn't. Oh, I've seen your super chat. You literally just said 4 points behind my mate and he's got triple captain. I actually spoke about that for quite a bit. So I did not miss that. I did answer that. Bench boost on the final game week. Oh, I've seen people got triple captain, free hit, bench boost. I'm so jealous. You reckon Manchester United beat Brighton, Ross? I'm going to say 2-2. I mean, you're looking at two teams that are rather stinky at the moment. Two teams that know pretty much that their manager's not going to be there next season. I mean, Brighton know for a fact. Man United think so. Neither of them really have that much to play for. Although they do, I suppose. Both teams could change positions for sure. I don't know. I'm not convinced it'll be a great game. I think it could be a lot of goals, though. Chris Asso says, Gordon and Bruno to Eze and Erdegaard or Elise and Saka. Ooh, I love Eze and Erdegaard. They're going to be much lower owned than Elise and Saka as a combo. I think Elise and Saka, though, in isolation are a better set of picks. If it was me, I'd go Eze and Erdegaard, but I'm chasing slightly, and I also like taking risks. But I think Elise and Saka are better. Van Heck, Saka, Kelleher out. Trent, Elise, Leno, 2 free transfers. Yeah, looks lovely. I wouldn't take Saka out, though. But if that's what you need to allow you to get Trent and you really want Trent, then go for it. But yeah, I would be keeping Saka myself. Kay says, 5 points off 100k. Raya White. Okay, that's your team. Is that doable or change something? I really want to keep my 6-year 100k finishes. Okay, your team. Well, Raya and White are big differentials. Saka Havertz. Wait, you can't have Saka Havertz, Raya and White. That is 4 Arsenal players. So there's an issue somewhere in there with that team. I think you've got enough differentials in there that you can make up 5 points. Bruno's a differential. Raya's a slight differential. White isn't that highly owned. Whichever of Havertz and Saka you have aren't going to be more than 50%. I definitely think you can make up 6 points. Yeah, absolutely. Edward says, who won, the free hit 29ers or the free hit 34ers? Neither. I think both worked for different people. It depended on the players that you owned. I think free hit 29 versus free hit 34 is very, very close. Also, the one rule I want next season is a point for every 2 saves, not 3. I want more points for keepers. I would love that. Because I think if you did that, all of a sudden, making goalkeeper transfers becomes a lot more feasible. Because as you say, goalkeepers... I love that as an idea, Edward. Or... No, that would be a bit stupid. I was going to say a point for every save. That would be a bit much. I think I agree. A point for every 2 saves. So if a keeper makes 6 saves in a game, it's 3 points rather than 2. I think that is better. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that. And also maybe more likely to get bonus points as well. So the keepers that make a lot of saves would be really valuable. All FPL says, thanks for all the support this season, Ross. Top 50k. Banging rank. Are you the guy that someone said earlier that you go around interviewing people about their FPL teams? Is that you? Someone said to check you out. So I shall check that out. Living in Charleston says, Brent boost, 2 free transfers, 2 Man City, 2 Arsenal, 3.7 million. Areola and Wood to who? I wouldn't be selling Chris Wood. I'd keep Chris Wood. Areola to Raya. If you've only got 2 Arsenal, I would do. And then outside of that, I'd probably make an attacking transfer. I wouldn't remove Chris Wood, though. Oh, you're saying you've got 3... Okay. 3 Man City, 3 Arsenal. Areola to... Oh, God. Goalkeepers. I wouldn't really want any of them, to be honest. Who's going to keep a clean sheet? Oh, wow. I don't like that at all. Honestly, maybe Petrovic or Vicario. Maybe Petrovic or Vicario. I don't really like any of the goalkeepers this week. Ivan says, sell KDB and Isak for Salah and Mateta for a -4. Chasing an 18-point lead in my mini-league. League leader has KDB and Haaland. Yeah. If your league leader's got KDB, you need to sell KDB. I would agree with that. So yeah, Salah and Mateta in for a -4. It does mean you've got to make up 22 points. But Salah captain, if he pops off and Haaland blanks, you could genuinely do that. Yeah, probably Vicario or Petrovic. Probably Vicario just based on the fixture. Chelsea or Newcastle defence? In all honesty, probably just about Chelsea, just because it's a home game and they've actually been a lot better defensively recently. Kieran says, hi, Raptor. Thanks for the legendary advice. I see what you did there, Kieran. Go for a differential, thinking of benching one of Jackson or Son. Who will be more highly owned? Sorry, Sonny's going to be a lot more highly owned than Jackson. Jackson will be about 75-80%. And Son will be about... Son's probably only 10% more. But yeah, Sonny's definitely more highly owned, I would predict. Unless a lot of people are selling him. I also think there'll be a few people that captain Son this week. Whereas I don't think anyone's captaining Jackson. So I think if you want to go for the more differential play, it's benching Son. But I'm not sure I'd bench Son against Sheffield United. I'm second in your Challenge Game Week 37 league. So close. Cheers. Second. Wow. Very nice. I am not going to lie. I haven't played Challenge for like 3 weeks. Finnis says, leading my mini-league by 6 points and have a pretty template team similar to the guy below me. thinking either Gordon to Elise or Jackson to Gakpo. I prefer Gordon to Elise just because he's more of a risk, Gordon. Jackson should start as long as there's no surprise news. Gordon might be a doubt. The thing is, just wait. We might get a further update on a lot of these players. Again, I know we've got an hour and a half till the deadline, which is plenty of time. But yeah, we might get some early team news, which changes our opinions. Like, I'm not saying we would ever get this, but let's say we get an update that Palmer or Son are injured, and you've just removed Jackson for Gakpo. You're like, oh, why did I do that? Because I'd rather take out this player. So unless you've already made your moves, I would wait a little bit. Thanks for an awesome season, even though both of us are getting beat by our girlfriends. Love your content and being mod here. Thanks for you. On the first point, it just means that we've chosen well, Zodiac, so props to us. But no, thank you. I appreciate you being a mod too. You are an absolute legend. It's nice to know that I can rely on people, and you are a very reliable person. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Sammy with another super chat. Okay, this is what you were saying. I was thinking of getting in Burmo as a differential, as my mate has got his triple captain left. Should I go for a different captain? I don't mind in Burmo, by the way. Playing at home against Newcastle. He's been very good across the season when he plays. I do think there are better picks than in Burmo myself, but if you fancy that as a pick, Sammy, I think if your mate's got his triple captain left, you also probably need to think about going for a different captain, yeah. So I would probably go for Foden, Son or Palmer. Those would be my top three. Probably Sonny would be my favourite, but I've been very bad at predicting captaincies over the last 10 weeks. I used to be really good at it, but every time I say to someone, yeah, if you want to go against Haaland, I'd go this person, they blank. Like last week, if I'd have gone against Haaland, I would have gone Isak, and he blanked twice. So that would have gone horribly for me. He was my vice captain. Who do I triple captain, Haaland, Palmer or Son? Haaland. Unless you're really chasing and then triple captain Son, I would. Maybe I'm overlooking Palmer. Palmer's great at home. He's the top scoring player this season, I think, in FPL. He's brilliant. Maybe Palmer is the correct player if you're not going Haaland. What do you think, chat? Help us out. Help out those people that are looking to maybe captain someone other than Haaland. Is it Sonny? Is it Palmer? Why doesn't the poll have both players as an option? Well, because if people could start both Jackson and Isak, then they wouldn't be asking, should they start Jackson or Isak, right? So it's for people that can only start one because they've decided they're not benching any others. Foden, isn't it? Foden. Yeah, the thing is, so I know this maybe isn't the best way to think about it, but I'm like, if you're captaining Foden, you think that City are going to score a load of goals. Well, then aren't you probably suggesting that Haaland... If you're backing against Haaland, do you maybe not just back against City altogether? Maybe that's not the correct way to think about it, but that's sort of the way my brain's going. Son for the fixture, Foden or Palmer for me. It's 100% Palmer. Maybe it is Foden. Maybe I'm overlooking Foden. This is why I always struggle to captain Foden, because I'm like, he's like Haaland, playing in the same team with the same game, but he's not on penalties. And I would always prefer to captain the penalty taker of a team. We saw he got 20... How many points did Haaland get? 21? He got 2 penalties. It's huge if you get pens. Palmer instead of Saka, typing mistake. Doable 100k, or change captain or buy someone instead of Havertz. Oh, let me go back to your team then. So it's just Palmer in there. It's still doable. I would still just hope that your differentials are enough. I don't think you need to go out there and do too much else to that team, K. No, I would grab Havertz, and I think that's doable. It's going to be close, though. I don't think you'll shoot massively into the top 100k, but you're probably also not likely to fall too far away. If you think that you'll kick... This is the thing, though, okay? If you think you'll kick yourself because you've not taken the risk, then maybe take the risk and change the captaincy. What's going to annoy you more? I always ask this question to people when I'm helping them come up with their gut feeling. What would annoy you more if you took a risk with captaincy and dropped outside of the top 100k? Or if you didn't take a risk with captaincy and you knew if you had have taken a risk, it would have pushed you inside the top 100k. This is often how I work out benching decisions. So let's say this week I'm deciding, do I bench Garnacho or Wilson? I'm not, by the way, but what would annoy me more? If Wilson banged and I had him on the bench, or Garnacho banged and I had him on the bench? Well, in this case, the Garnacho one would annoy me more, therefore I'll start Garnacho. I know that's not a great decision-making process, but it helps me. Because FPL is a very mental, psychological, emotional game. So you need to keep your emotions intact, and you need to try and make decisions which you're happy with. Charles says, thank you so much for everything, Ross. Thank you, Charles. What a lovely message. Never finished inside the top 100k before. Your stats helped me to finish 358 points ahead in my mini league and top 7k. Imagine going from not finishing in the top 100k before to top 10k. This gal did it here as well. She's not even listening. Just typing out stuff over there. That is brilliant. I said this guy never finished in top 100k, and he's now 7k.
Awesome.
Said you did that. Saka to Salah and captain and Isak to Mateta for fun. I wouldn't do Saka to Salah in a million years. But Isak to Mateta I really like. If you really want to captain Salah, though, especially if you're a Liverpool fan, then absolutely go for it. I just think Saka to Salah captain and Isak to Mateta, you could chuck yourself terribly outside the top 10k there. Like, if that goes wrong, you could end up like 14, 15k. But maybe that doesn't matter to you. I would say if top 10k is important to you, I wouldn't make those moves. Because you're taking out two players that I think are good, and one of them's highly owned. And you'd be captaining someone other than Haaland. It comes down to your risk appetite. Tom says, on bench boost, go for Trent and Elise or Havertz and Gabriel. Oh, man. Trent and Elise is so spicy. I'd go Havertz and Gabriel, though. I think that's the better set of picks. But, again, if you're going for spice, if you want to catch someone, Trent and Elise. King Rob says, I'm top of my mini league by 15 points, but second place has bench boost. Shall I block for a -4? Also, bench 2 from Gusto, Gabriel, Porro, Isak, Eze. Oh, my good lord. I would bench Gusto and Porro, and I'd start Gabriel, Isak, Eze. Should I block for a -4? Oh, it depends how different your teams are. If your teams are identical other than the bench boost, yes. If your teams aren't identical, then no. You just hope that your team does enough, I think. Again, you can sometimes become too obsessed with what the person behind you is doing. Yeah, that's mad. That's me. Mad someone mentioned me. Alf PL. Oh, it's Alf PL. I thought it was Al FP. Okay, Alf PL. Very nice. I will check out your videos. Yeah, someone said that you do really cool videos asking random people about their FPL teams. That's a great idea. I was saying, because you've probably missed it, I was saying that I like that people that are innovative with FPL content, because too many people do the same thing because they see it work for myself, Andy, Harry. But if you want to really make a scene, you need to come in and do something different. Doing the same thing as everyone else. It's such a saturated market now. You're not going to gain a hell of a lot, I don't think, by doing the same as everyone. It's the same as in FPL, really. If you want to push towards the upper echelons, you've got to do something different. So it's nice to see. Julek says, Isak and Gordon to Eze and Wood for a -4. Yeah, no issue with that. 16 points off the top 50k. I'm also starting Romero over Porro and Garnacho over Jackson. Is this enough? Ooh. Do you know what? I like all of that. Eze and Wood, great. 2 differentials. Isak out's not perfect, but he's very highly owned. Gordon's a doubt. Starting Romero over Porro and Garnacho over Jackson. I don't know that you need to do all of those. But I also don't hate any of them. Romero over Porro is just a punt you could take. Garnacho over Jackson's not awful. If there's one that I would say I don't love, it's probably Garnacho over Jackson. But United do get chances. I would say that is absolutely enough, but you maybe don't need to do all of those things. Billy says, I have a 6-point lead in my mini league. I have Petrovic, Gabriel, Gvardiol, Porro, Gordon, Saka, Son, Foden, Palmer, Haaland, Isak. Jackson on my bench. And that's their team. Okay. Your teams are very similar. I think it's just Gordon to a better midfielder and just hope that you keep that 6-point lead. I can't see anyone from a quick glance that they have that I think you desperately need to block. They're very, very similar teams. I would just keep it as is. Yeah, it's basically going to come down to who that midfield transfer is, because your mini league rival's probably going to take out Gordon as well, I'd imagine. The Scan Legend says tied first. He has double Arsenal defence, Jackson, Foden, Trent. I have Gusto, Gvardiol, Wilson, KDB. Any ideas? You're okay. Sorry if the internet cut out there, chat. It just very briefly died on me. Gusto, Gvardiol, Wilson, KDB. Garnacho to Elise, Salah captain in for a -4 for KDB. I don't mind selling Garnacho, but the thing is, you've got Wilson and KDB, who are surely bigger issues, given that there may be doubts. Garnacho to Elise is fine. Salah captain in for KDB, I like. Also, bear in mind that Wilson might not play at all, and if he does, he might not start. I would focus on maybe bringing in Salah captain. Does sound nice to me. If I had KDB in a route to him, the thing is, I don't love removing KDB because I think KDB will start. Let's wait for some early team news, but I think in isolation, I like the Salah captain for KDB move the most out of all of those. Peleg says, taking a -4 for a differential forward to win a cup of a mini league versus someone who's free hitting. Okay. Isak for Adebayo, Amdouni, or Wood. I'd go Wood. Have Haaland and Jackson. Yeah, I would go for Chris Wood. Then Adebayo, then Amdouni. 10-point lead. Jackson to Mateta, Gusto to White for a -4. I love those moves, but it goes to a 6-point lead. And if your mini league rival has Jackson and Jackson bangs, I wouldn't sell The thing is, I do like those moves, though. I like the idea of Jackson to Mateta and Gusto to White. I would do it. Yeah, screw it. I would do it. But I would be hesitant to do it if your mini league rival has Jackson, because it has the potential to go quite wrong, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'm going to end that poll now. But according to the poll, 59% of you would start Jackson and 41% would start Isak. So it's very, very close, which we expected. But most of you, the majority, would start Jackson. Is Saka injured? He's always injured, but I think he'll start. I'd be extremely shocked if Saka doesn't start the final game of the season at home to potentially win the Premier League. I mean, I think Saka would have to be missing a leg to miss that game. But you never know. If he's genuinely injured, then of course he's not going to play. Daniel says, ranked 133k using free hit this week. Brought in Salah for Son for a free as a differential. If you're using the free hit, then yeah, it would be free. Would you captain Salah if you were targeting top 100k? If you're 133k, I don't know how many points exactly that is off the top 100k, but I would expect that that's a reasonable amount. Yeah, I would probably captain Salah. Vishesh says, Edison, Gordon, Dallo to Ortega, Havertz, White, -4. Chasing 100k, 8 points. Thanks for all the insights. So that would put you 12 points off, but you'd be gaining Ortega, Havertz, and White. I would go for that, yeah. I would go for that. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. All of you are saying thank you, but I should really be thanking you, I think. Because like I said, I wouldn't be making these videos if no one was here. So there is a mutual thank you going on today. And hopefully you appreciate the suit, even though it is very, very hot. My egg isn't shining too much yet, but I think it is fast approaching that period right now. Sumo Man City says 15 points ahead. Second has Raya, Garnacho, KDB, Gusto, and Meniz, which I don't have. Okay. Well, as long as you have some Arsenal defensive cover, it would be decent. Outside of that, I don't really think they're that great options. Have Porro, Bruno, Foden, and Mateta, which he doesn't have. What should I do? I prefer the players that you have that he doesn't have, in all honesty, so I would just leave it. Obviously, he could get really lucky, Meniz hat-trick, Garnacho brace or something, but I definitely prefer your players to his players. I'd just make the moves that you want to make. I think when your teams are that different, you don't have to worry about blocking and protecting, because it could just go either way, right, when your teams are that different. Kay says, risk taken, Raya captain. To be fair, clean sheet, couple of saves, 100k incoming. Thanks for this unbelievable year. You made the journey very joyful. Honestly, I own Raya, so I already want him to do well, but I'm now going to be cheering on Raya even more. That is a very ballsy captain, but thank you very much. I do appreciate it. FPL Doctor says, Gordon to Eze, play Garnacho, bench Isak. Okay, Gordon to Eze, yep, play Garnacho, bench Isak. I'm fine with that. Captain Haaland or Salah, and Meniz for Isak and Gordon, -4, or captain Salah, bench Garnacho. 28 points ahead in my mini league. Second wall by Salah, rank 58k. God, there's a lot to digest there. I would... Salah and Meniz for Isak and Gordon. I do like that. I think if it was me, I would do Gordon to Eze and play Garnacho and bench Isak. I think I would do that move. Unless you've just got if you've got a gut feeling about Salah this week, don't let anyone put you off bringing him in. I really don't mind a Salah punt, but I think in a lot of people's positions, it's an extra hit, and you're often removing players that are pretty decent. So I think for most people, it's probably not quite the best move they can make. 34 points ahead in my mini league. Second place has Salah. Okay, no Haaland. I have Haaland, no Salah. Do I sell Haaland to block Salah for a -4? I'm scared of a captain Salah. If you're 34 points ahead, Forsaken Fart, which by the way is a great name, I would just be happy and you'll be fine. I can't imagine, famous last words, but what you're essentially saying there is for it to be a big enough swing to lose the mini league, you need Haaland to blank and Salah to get like a hat trick. That would be incredibly unfortunate, I think. So I would probably leave it as it is. But yeah, if the mini league is all you care about, then yes, the -4 to do that and block Salah might work. This is actually a good time to note this, by the way. You are going off the basis of what your mini league rivals team looked like last week, and then assuming that it's either the same team or that they make the obvious move. In your case, who's to say that they won't bring in Haaland and sell Salah and it will just reverse it, right? You don't know what your mini league rival's going to end up doing. That's all I'll say. Tyler Joseph says, "Hi Ross, just a big thanks for your help this season. Comfortably 105 points clear in my mini league. Have a pint on me." What a legend. 105 points. I wish I was winning my mini leagues by this many points. That's brilliant. And thank you for the super chat and the support. Again, I know very much so that that's not your first one. So thank you very much. And well done. I lost it. Manolo Flamenco. Is that your name? Wow, what a name. Saka and Pickford out for Raya KDB or Salah Ortega, 2 free transfers. I wouldn't remove Saka myself, but if you're going to, Salah and Ortega would be the combo for me. Bench one of Mateta, Isak, Gordon. I'd bench Gordon. Thanks for everything this season. You are more than welcome. Yeah, I wouldn't sell Saka, but if you're going to, Salah and Ortega would be the combo for me. Nicola Goat Kitch says, "Who scores more, Mateta, Madueke, Hudson-Odoi, or Elliott?" I don't mind a punt on Elliott, actually. Elliott, by all accounts, has been playing very well recently. Just looking at that, though, I immediately thought Mateta or Hudson-Odoi, but I'd probably go Mateta. X Uproar X has become a Rap Tier 2 member. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Van Dijk to Trent for a -4. No. You never know. Van Dijk bullet header to end the season, Klopp's final game. I could see it. I don't think... For free, I still don't know that I would make that move, but it would be more worth it. Elise to Gordon and Mateta. Oh, sorry. Elise to Gordon and Mateta to... What is happening? Are you saying Elise in for Gordon and Mateta in for Isak? I think you're saying sell Isak and Gordon for Elise. Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, if Newcastle batter Brentford and Villa beat Palace, that's going to feel horrible. But yeah, I think because Gordon's a doubt and because Isak will probably be slightly worse without Gordon away from home, Elise and Mateta in for -4 sounds great. I'm in 2 cup finals for money. Wow. Good luck, firstly, Beehive. Do I take a hit to take out Edison and Dalot for Guardiola and Vicario? That would cover this Man City clean sheet. I don't know I'd take a hit for Edison and Dalot to Vardy and Vicario. Oh, it really depends what's going on with the teams that you're playing in the cup finals. If that blocks their key players and you've still got enough differentials to win it, then maybe, yeah. If it was for free, I'd feel a lot better about it. If it's taking a hit to... I guess it depends who your other goalkeeper is. If you've got another goalkeeper... Let's just say yes. I'm going to say yes, I would do it. Yeah. Edison, Dallas, Guardiola, and Vicario, I would do it, but I would need to see a lot more to make a more informed decision. But yeah, I would do that in isolation. Start Cucurella or Porro? Ooh. Porro. Yeah, Porro. Will says, 2 free transfers, Gordon and Isak to Salah and Wood Mateta, or Dalot and Gordon to Trent and Eze Havertz. Ooh, that's a great question. I think Dalot and Gordon to Trent and Havertz. Yeah, Dalot and Gordon to Trent and Havertz looks good to me, Will. I mean, the pull of Salah is high. Let's say if you're a Liverpool fan or a Salah fan, I'd go for the first one. Otherwise, I think Trent and Havertz is a really nice combo of transfers in. Dan says, KDB to Foden on a free. Oh. I just heard Kendrick Lamar Euphoria outside and it just completely threw me off. I was just listening to that play. KDB to Foden on a free. Yes. Only if there's no other moves that you want to make that you feel like would upgrade your team. Was anyone following the Drake and Kendrick beef? Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat, if anyone was. What a white and shiny head. The head is getting shinier and shinier, isn't it? I'm starting to sweat in this suit. It is honestly the worst day. It's not even been that hot the last few days, but today's like the hottest day we've had in like over a week in the UK, and I'm dripping. There's no aircon ever in the UK in any building. West Ham Camp. That was a tongue twister. West Ham Camp has a bug going around apparently. Oh dear Lord! Just don't captain anyone other than Haaland. Can you imagine Haaland against the second string West Ham team?
Maybe a few of them have got tonsillitis or something.
Kendrick cooked. Kendrick did cook. I love Drake, but Kendrick, holy Lord, cooked. God, I'm sweating. Isak benched. I don't believe that. I'll believe that when I see that in more. What if Wilson starts, Ross? If Wilson starts, That's a great question. If we get a rumor that Wilson starts, would you start Wilson or Isak? The thing is, Isak will just get more minutes, though, won't he? And then Wilson will come off in like 50 minutes with 1 point, and Isak will... I think I'd still start Isak. That is a good point, though. I haven't even considered that. I just assumed that Wilson wouldn't start, but it's probably something I need to think about. Polkit says, hi, Ross. Thanks a lot. An emotional day for me, being a Liverpool fan. I can honestly, do not be embarrassed if you... What is that on my tie? That's like chocolate. I didn't even eat chocolate with my tie on. Do not be embarrassed if you're a Liverpool fan and you cry today. I'd probably cry. It's going to be an incredibly emotional day. I let emotions take over. Oh, here we go. I didn't even read this part. KDB, Isak, Jackson out for Salah, Mateta, Gakpo, -8. This is what FPL is about. This FPL is about having fun and doing things that you want to do and owning the players that you want to own. Obviously, Isak, Jackson out for a -8. People will say on paper not great, but you've got Salah and Gakpo for that final day. You've got Salah captain. I love that poll kit. Big props to you. More people should play the game that way. I've got both KDB and Saka. Any news? Got one free transfer. Saka was in training and KDB was in training. So I think both will feature. But we've seen before that players in training doesn't mean they play. If I was to say one's going to miss out, it'd probably be more likely to be KDB because Saka is just an outrageous player. I feel like he just finds a way to play even when he's injured. So if you're going to remove one of them, I'd rather remove KDB than Saka. Sumac says, hi Ross, thanks for all the content over the season. You're more than welcome. Pick one of Garnacho to Erdegaard/Kaya and bench Porro, or two Gabriel to Trent and play 4-3-3. I wouldn't do Gabriel to Trent. I'd keep Gabriel. So Garnacho to Erdegaard or Kaya and bench Porro, probably, is the move. I don't love benching Porro, but I understand that's a benching headache. So yeah, I wouldn't sell Gabriel. I would go for Garnacho to Kai Havertz, probably. Sorry if you keep seeing me look this way. This is how... I've got a little thing here which tells me my internet's cutting in and out, so I'm just sort of like hesitantly checking, but it seems to be holding up. Fingers crossed, touch wood. Jack says, start White or Porro? White. Also got Foden, Son, Palmer, Saka, Jackson, Haaland, Isak up as my front 8. 0 in the bank and 1 free transfer. Burn it or do a keeper transfer. Go well, Ross. See you next season. You definitely don't burn it. So if you've got if you can feel like you can upgrade your keeper with the 1 free transfer, do that. Foden, Son, Palmer, Saka, Jackson, Haaland, Isak. That's only 7 though, isn't it? Who's the 8th? Foden, Son, Palmer, Saka, Jackson, Haaland. What is Isak? What are the Isak rumours? Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on Twitter very soon, chat. So in the next half hour, you'll see me start to head over to Twitter and maybe go a little bit more silent as I'm scrolling through. Obviously, let me know in the chat if there is any big news that breaks. Anyway, I definitely don't burn it. I would make a goalkeeper transfer at the very least. But if you feel like there is an attacking transfer that you can make where you want to take a risk, go for that. And as Pickle has just commented on, there could be stuff going around that certain players that we weren't expecting to miss out due to illness, injuries. You just never know. Rotation. So many things happen in GameWeek 38. Does KDB start? Please answer. I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. I wish I did. I wish I could give you all definitive information. We might get news, though. We usually do on Man City. I would say there's a good chance we get at least Man City team news. I will just note, you cannot complain if the servers go down, because there is a good chance. If you're waiting until the last minute, you accept the risk that the servers will go down. All I will say is have your phone on you and have that FPL app downloaded, because usually, if the site goes down, the app holds up for a little bit longer. So I'm going to have my phone on me, and if I can't make the move on the website, I'd make the move on the app. And I wouldn't wait until literally the last minute. When I say wait until the last minute, 5 minutes at the very latest. Because if the stuff does go down, you've got a bit of time to try. So yeah, I'll be waiting until about 5 minutes until the deadline. Maybe 10 minutes, then I'll make my move. Thanks for all of the time and effort you put into the videos this season, Raptor. The quality of the channel is exceedingly high. Enjoy the final day. Thank you very much, Matt. Aw, gonna have me blushing, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I feel like the content I've tried to up the quality this year. The thing is, every year, if you keep on improving your content, which I try to, I'm not saying I definitely do, it does get to a point where I'm like, next season, how do I make it better? But maybe it doesn't always have to get better. Maybe just maintaining a certain level is okay. Guys, I'm so excited to share my project with you for next season. It's so big. I've sort of already started to hint about it on social media and stuff, but there is at least one extra piece of content coming every week, and it's not FPL Raptor. That's what I can tell you. Harvey Elliott starts, I hear. Good differential. Honestly, yeah. Klopp's final day. Some of the quotes going around Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott could do well. But unless you're telling me that Salah's on the bench, he's not going to be starting on the right wing, Harvey Elliott. He'll be in midfield. So I still think you could probably do slightly better. Contemplating doing Wilson to Gakpo for a -4. What are your thoughts, or who would you do? Wilson to Gakpo, Wilson to Mateta, Wilson to Wood. All of those could work. But obviously, unless you were starting Wilson, who is it that's then dropping to the bench? If you're doing Wilson to Gakpo for a hit, but it means benching Bruno, I don't think Gakpo's 4 points better than Bruno, for example. So it really depends on who else you would have been playing instead of Wilson. Change the background to all black to look like a kingpin. I could do that in a second. I don't want to risk doing that and then breaking the stream. Although, if I do this, it's probably all black at the moment, isn't it? There you go. There's an all black background for you. All black everything. Right. Let me go back to the chat. Do you think Dubravka will start? Maybe. I think Pope might start if I had to predict. Do you have a filter on, or do you actually have no hair? It looks fake. No, it's real. You can have some ASMR slapping. There you go. There's some ASMR slapping for you. Robertson confirmed starting now. Let me have a look. Yeah, apparently, yeah. Okay, Liverpool news seems to be going around. I'll have a look in a second. Will of its own says, Egg and Pickle. Huge thank you to you for all of the time and content. Hopefully catch you sometime during the summer. Looking forward to next season. Big love. I might do a couple of streams during the summer. Not necessarily FPL, but just streams to say hello. But I'd probably do it over on like Twitch or something. I wouldn't do it on my YouTube channel, just because the algorithm will kill me when I stream and only like 30 people are here. So I might do some streams, but it'd probably be on Twitch or a separate YouTube channel or something like that. Probably Twitch. Or even Kick or something like that, wherever people use more. What is the source of this Isaac thing? I've not seen a good source, so let's leave it for now and let's not suggest that it's anything particularly serious. 62 points ahead in my mini league. By the way, thank you very much, Will of Its Own. If I didn't say that, I appreciate you very much. EZ Riser, Easy Rider, says 62 points ahead in my mini league. Great, you're safe. Second place as the bench boost, even so you're still safe. Thinking of Gordon Fernandes to Eze Havertz for a -4, or just Gordon to Eze, love content, thanks. If it was me, and it's just because I like Bruno, I would just do Gordon to Eze. But if you think Havertz will outscore Fernandes by 4 points, then go for it. Absolutely go for it. -4 to change Isaac or start Bruno. I'd just start Bruno. Yeah, I'd start Bruno. Gordon to Johnson or Havertz. How nailed is Johnson? Yeah, Johnson's pretty nailed on. I still think I prefer Havertz to Johnson, but if you're wondering if Johnson's going to start, I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. People in the chat are saying Isaac's bench needs to give us a source instead of spamming that. I know, yeah. I would agree. I haven't seen... Let me just have a quick look on Twitter. I want to take a swig of my water, and I'll check Twitter at the same time to make sure that I've not missed anything huge. Okay, immediately, Jared Bowen has tonsillitis. So, I don't know if that means he misses out. Apparently, Paqueta might as well. It sounds like literally a couple of the big players might be ill, but no one's confirmed that they're out. It just sounds like they're ill. Asim LFC says Andy Robertson starts. Fairly reliable source. I've seen him with a few. I can't confirm how reliable either of those things are. Yeah. Oh, okay. Anfield Insights has confirmed it. So confirmation now from a couple of reliable sources. Andy Robertson replaces Joe Gomez in the starting 11. So if you wanted to take a punt on Andy Robertson, I would feel pretty comfortable doing it. And Darwin doesn't start. Okay. Yeah, Darwin doesn't start. Andy Robertson does start. They're the only two pieces of news I've seen as of yet. FTBL Joe is who posted Isaac and Gordon haven't travelled with the squad. Okay, let me check that quickly, and then I'll get back to answering some of your questions. What did you say his name was? FTBL Joe. FTBL Joe. Oh, my throat just made a funny noise. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there is an account tweeting that Isak and Gordon will not start today against Brentford. Gordon hasn't travelled with the team and Isak is benched. I can't see that. I can show you the tweet, right? Because I think my job here to you is just to show you the tweets and then allow you to come to your own decision. But I don't know how reliable this is, right? He's only got 8,000 followers. I've never seen anything from him in the past. But he said, Alexander, Isak, and Anthony Gordon will not start against Brentford. Gordon hasn't travelled with the team and Isak is benched. It's a bold call. If he's right, then we trust him in the future because that's a big call to make. And if that is true, then I'm going to start Wilson, obviously. And I'll bench Isak. I'll just flip them on my bench. But I'm not going to do that yet because I can't confirm the validity of this guy. Outside of that, the guy that's tweeting the what was it, Anfield Insights, the Newcastle stuff. What is his name? I can't remember his blinking name now, and I can't find it. Oh, there he is. This guy here is actually quite good for Liverpool team. He doesn't have that many followers, but he's suggesting that Salah starts, Darwin doesn't start, and Robertson starts. Again, I'm not saying he's always 100% correct. I can't confirm that either, but that's what he's saying. So far, team news-wise, that's what we've got. I'll probably repeat it a couple of times throughout the stream, but a little bit of early team news, but nothing like highly reliable, sadly. It's going to be up to you how much you trust like the rumours and leaks going around, I guess. Right, let me get back to answering some of your questions because I missed a few super chats. No, Gordon isn't confirmed out. Please don't sell on the basis he's confirmed out, but there are rumours going around that he's not going to feature. Pratik says, leading my mini league by 32 points. Have the same mids and forwards. Okay. I have Petrovic, Gvardiol, White. He has Vicario, Dallo, Webster. Can I do a -8? Son to Salah, Bruno to Saka, Saka or Havertz, Isak to Mateta. Please suggest. Still will have 24-point lead. Oh, I mean, I don't hate the moves, but selling Son, Bruno, and Isak as part of a -8. I don't think I love that. I would rather just keep the 32-point lead and not sell Salah. Sorry, not sell Son and Bruno. I'm going to say no to that critique, but that's just like, in my personal opinion, with the way that I play the game, would I do it? No. I think Isak to Mateta could be fine. It's just your free transfer if you want to take that risk. BP says, spent many long nights at my poorly mum's bedside this year listening to your content, so thanks for your company through some very difficult times. Oh my God, mate. I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry, firstly, but thank you for choosing me, I guess, to keep you company. I sincerely hope your mum recovers, and all of our thoughts with you. Send love hearts in the chat to BP. I can't imagine how hard that is, so I'll make me a bit emotional, actually. Yeah, sorry. Whew. I hope she's all okay and she recovers and stuff, and thank you for listening to my content. I really appreciate that. Or don't. I've never cried on a stream before. I'd rather not. But big love, BP. Anyway, oh, my camera's gone. That's a good time, actually. I'm going to turn my camera off whilst I recover from that message. MN Chuckster says, hi, Ross. Thanks for all of the content. Enjoy the final game week and the time off between seasons. Best wishes to Pickle as well. Thank you very much, MN Chuckster. I appreciate you. She appreciates you, I'm sure, as well. And yeah, have a fantastic season. And as always with a few of the guys today, thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate that. Right, let me see if my camera will come back on. I'm actually sweating up in this suit as well. Right, let me see if that's going to work or if I need to turn it off twice. There we go, I'm back. Whew. Sorry, that was tough. I can't imagine how difficult that is for someone to go through. DJD Tuck, 11 points behind in my mini league. I have KDB and Wilson, thinking KDB to Salah and Wilson or Isak to Mateta. KDB to Salah and Wilson or Isak to Mateta. I like that a lot. Just wait, though, because there are rumours going around that Wilson might start, Isak might be on the bench. Nothing particularly reliable, but just wait to make some of these decisions, because in the next hour, we could get something which completely changes the way that you want to make your decisions. Regarding Salah captaincy, love it. 11 points behind is right on that boundary of, do you need to take a massive risk with captaincy or not? But could Salah outscore Haaland? Absolutely. The only concern now with going against Haaland, if you've missed it and you've just joined the stream, firstly, welcome, is that there is a rumour going around, and it seems pretty legit, that actually there is a bug going around in the West Ham camp. Apparently, a few of the key players have tonsillitis. It could be just rumours being spread round by Arsenal people to try and get City to relax a bit. You never know. But it does seem fairly reliable that West Ham have a bug going around, which isn't ideal, obviously. J Pup says 2 points off my mini league title. Planning to get Havertz since my rival is blocked. I'll only regret not going Erdegaard if he takes a critical pen as he does. 2 points off your mini league. Planning to get Havertz since rival is blocked. I do love Erdegaard, but yeah, Havertz is fine. I think Havertz is in isolation a better pick than Erdegaard. It's just, I've got this weird feeling about Erdegaard in this game. Like I said, he's the club captain, final home game of the season. As you said, he does take penalties often, and you can imagine final home game of the season. Would Saka let him have a pen? He is the captain. Maybe. Yeah, I think Havertz, Saka, Trossard are all fine. No one's mentioning Trossard, by the way. I think Trossard's great. G. Davidson says, Egg, first of all, cheers for another brilliant season. Always informative. Thank you very much, G. 1 point behind. He has Gordon and Gvardiol. I have KDB and Gabriel. Same team otherwise. He has two transfers. I have one punt or hold. I'd be very tempted by like KDB to Salah if you can get there. And maybe I don't know if you need captain. He has Gordon and Gvardiol. So he's going to sell Gordon most likely. I don't know who else he'll sell, but he's going to do Gordon to like probably Havertz, Elise, Eze, someone like that. If we get news that KDB starts, I would keep KDB. Otherwise, I would take a punt on KDB to a Trossard, Eze, someone that you don't think he's as likely to buy, maybe. What are your thoughts on triple captain Foden as a differential? I like that more and more, especially with the rumours going around about a bug in the West Ham camp. Pep just said Carson is starting. Wait, did he actually? Let's load that up. Where did we see that? Was that on like City Extra? Sorry, I'm going to get back to answering your questions in a second. Is that the same thing? Yeah. That. Luis Diaz starts. Harvey Elliott starts according to Anfield Insights. Where is this Pep? Did City Extra tweet it? I don't see that. Where did Pep say that, chat? Oh, they're lying. Oh, okay. Ideally, don't. I get it's funny to see me looking for fake news, but ideally, it was like 3 or 4 people said it, so I assumed it was a real thing. Yeah, ideally, don't spread. Okay, that's fine. If apparently there's an edited picture, maybe people were genuinely just caught out there. Okay, that's fine. So he doesn't. Ortega's probably fine. I'd be extremely surprised if Ortega doesn't start. This isn't a game where City can afford to mess up. So yeah, Ortega will start. Now, got something in my eye. If they go 3 or 4 up, we might see some crazy subs that you wouldn't have expected. But I think they need to go to a level where Pep is comfortable that they won't lose it. Rishi says, hi Raptor, I'm 23 points off top 10k and looking to go for it. Is Garnacho and Gordon to Eze and Elise Havertz from -4 okay? Benching Isak and going with 5 mids. Captain Haaland or Palmer, any other thoughts? I love those transfers. I would absolutely go for Eze and probably Havertz and just diversify slightly. I would be okay benching Isak as well. And I do think because you're 23 points off and you're taking a -4, what you're telling me is you're 27 points off. You need to captain someone other than Haaland, yeah. I would probably go Palmer or Foden or Son. One of those 3. Have you got any Andy Robertson news? Yeah, apparently Robertson starts according to 2 or 3 sources. According to 2 or 3 sources, Robertson starts. How is Nana Raptor doing? Nana Raptor's doing great. She actually sold KDB for Erdegaard this week because she wanted Erdegaard. I don't mind it at all, actually. She loves Erdegaard and she didn't have an Arsenal attacker, so she wanted to bring Erdegaard in. Nana Raptor just plays purely based on what she wants to do with her team. It's refreshing. I'd honestly be tempted by Robertson ahead of Trent, especially if you're struggling for money as well. Is De Bruyne starting? There's no City team news at the moment. No City team news at the moment. I'm interested to see if we get anything more about this Isak versus Wilson stuff. Chat, if we don't get official confirmation, would you be tempted to start Wilson and bench Isak based on these rumours that are going around? And if you've missed it, there are rumours going around that Isak's on the bench, but it's not from anyone overly reliable. What to do, what to do, what to do. Oh, see, this guy is semi-reliable, but not with early team news, just with, like, he's a journalist. Sorry, I just completely zoned out and started checking Twitter. There's a Newcastle journalist. What's his name? Is it Joel Bland or Joe Bland? This guy, Joel Bland. He tweeted this as well. I didn't see this one. So he tweeted the starting lineup without Gordon and without Isak. And then he said, someone said, does this have knowledge behind it or is it just a guess? And he said, I have my suspicions a couple of key players could be out today, mixture of opinion and info. Interesting. Maybe I do just put Wilson in. I'd be gutted, though, if Wilson's bench and Isak starts. Let me, for now... I don't know what this weird video is. I hate Twitter these days. I should just switch to the following tab so I don't get random videos from... just cut out completely. Right, I'm going to, for now, then... just see how this looks and feels. I don't like the fact that Wilson's flagged. I hate when flag players in my team, but there we go. Only doing that because there are a few rumours going around that Isak could be on the bench and that Wilson could be starting. But I don't think it's anything super reliable, is it? Wilson would be a mad differential. I know. It would honestly be the best thing that can happen for my team. Right. Where was I? Nicola Goatkitch says, Danny Rick for a Red Bull seat next year, my goat. I can't see it, but you never know. You never know. I just want to know where Carlos Sainz is going. If chasing... By the way, when is... the Grand Prix starts at 4, doesn't it? Is it 4? Or is it 3? Oh, it's 2, isn't it? When does the Grand Prix start? It's 2, isn't it? Oh, it's going to be in the middle of the stream. Can people update me with what's happening in the Grand Prix, please? Thanks. If chasing 30 points, Son and Isak do Salah and Mateta -4 and captain Salah, or Gordon and Isak to Elise and Gakpo -4 and captain one of Son Foden. Either or, but you're still 34 points behind at that stage, so I don't think it's probably feasible. I would go Son and Isak to Salah and Mateta and captain Salah. Just about Moha. Grand Prix starts in 15 minutes. Yeah, okay. Can you keep me updated then, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Spoiler, Verstappen wins. I think it will be Verstappen, Norris, Piastri. Verstappen, Norris, Piastri. No F1 spoilers, please. Okay, I won't mention what's being said in chat. Okay, that's fine. I do look a bit fancy, don't I? I don't know how I'm still in this suit. I'm sweating it up in here. How long do you have until the deadline? We've got 45 minutes. I know it's at a weird time today. You've got 45 minutes until the deadline. In terms of what team news we currently have, fairly reliably from Liverpool, all of the key players start. So there's no, apart from Darwin Núñez, but he's not really a key player now, which probably means Gakpo does, but we haven't had that fully confirmed. Outside of that, there are rumours going around that Gordon hasn't travelled, and there are rumours going around that Isak is on the bench. But neither of those have been confirmed by anyone super reliable. I may well just risk starting Wilson and benching Isak, just in case. But outside of that, I don't think there's anything else super reliable for now. Piastri, even with his grid drop, yeah. I think arguably Piastri has been slightly better than Lando Norris in the past few Grand Prix. Piastri, without his terrible luck recently, probably would have got a podium. He may have even won that Grand Prix without the safety car. Piastri's been excellent, I think. Anyway, Tony confirms Haaland starts. Thank you, Frosty. Take me away from F1. This is not an F1 stream. FPL Tony. It's so funny that you started using it as ways to post ads. It's clever. It really is. Because then people will share it. It's great. Listen, if you're a company, you pay Tony to tweet Haaland starts with your stuff. I respect it. Yeah, Haaland starts. I don't think we're overly surprised. Site is going to crash. It's just the question of when. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's all we have for now. Lots of F1 stuff coming up on my timeline. Right. Is the Isak stuff true? I've honestly got no idea. I'm starting to think it could be. I'm starting to think it could be, but I don't know if we're fully there yet. Garnacho to Gross as a punt, yay or nay? I'd probably just keep Garnacho, in all honesty. I don't think Gross is that much better than Garnacho. One big leak and the site falls over. It would have to be a pretty substantial leak. I think we're talking something like Foden and KDB don't start or something like that. It would have to be that. By the way, if you've just joined, that isn't the leak. I'm just saying, if we got a leak that big or like Son didn't start, then we might get the site crashing. But otherwise, I don't think we'll get it crashing yet. The site's likely to crash in about half an hour. It shouldn't crash yet. That would be an absolute disaster for them. Hi, Ross. Leading my mini league by 47 points. Yeah, you're fine then. Rival has 2 free transfers and Bruno White, Dallo, Onana. I don't have. I have Garnacho, Porro, Branthwaite, Vicario. Should I be blocking or just go Gordon to Havertz? You're freed 47 points. You're fine. 47 points is absolutely A-OK. I would just have fun with it. Gordon to Havertz looks good to me. Who would you start out of? Isak, Jackson, selling Gordon or Eze and benching one of the two? Selling Gordon for Eze. But okay. Yeah, I would bench Isak and start Jackson. Not only because there are rumours going around that Isak could be on the bench, but also I just like the fact Jackson's playing at home. Salah Elise and Muniz sub for a -4 and for Isak, Gordon, Bruno. Yeah, I quite like that actually, Mawson. Especially because it's for a -4. If that was for a -8, I'd be less keen. But yeah. My current plan, if KDB is out, Salah in for KDB and Mateta in for Isak. Otherwise, if KDB starts, Gakpo in for Isak. I love that, Frosty. Gakpo could be a really nice punt. His data's been outrageous recently. Will Ortega start? I think so, yeah. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't. Gonna just mute myself and have a swig. Oh my god, I love the suit, you sexy bean. Thank you very much. I am trying my best to it. I am in shorts, by the way. So if I was to stand up right now, you would see nothing tucked in and I'm just in a pair of shorts because it'd be too sweaty otherwise. Oh, my throat's made a weird noise. Just joined. What's the issue with Isak? Yeah, so if you have just joined, there's not necessarily an issue with Isak that has been publicly stated, but a few people are suggesting that he's struggling with something slightly, and as a result, he's on the bench. And a few other people have suggested that Gordon hasn't travelled with the squad. Now, neither of those have been fully confirmed. But if that is the case, then obviously you'd have to sell Gordon and probably bench or sell Isak. Thoughts on Tomiyasu to save? I love Tomiyasu. I think he'll start, and he's been as attacking as any of the other Arsenal defenders. Yeah, I really like it. Yes, Luke Littler yesterday. If you missed it, what a weird experience this was. I co-managed a charity match with Luke Littler yesterday, which was a pretty strange experience. There's your boy. It was at Goodison Park. We did lose 8-3. I blame Luke, to be honest, more than me. But yeah, we lost 8-3. But it was a good event. It was for charity, so that's the main thing, isn't it? Rather than the end result. Yeah, like, I don't care about the end result. Who's that? How do you not know who Luke Littler is? What a strange... Where have you been? Gakpo and Gusto or Robertson and Mateta on my free hit? Oh, Robertson and Mateta. Robertson and Mateta I would go for. Littler comes across as a nice kid. What's he like? Yeah, he's very, very... he's very nice. He's quite quiet, though. He's quite an introvert. So, he's not like a really talkative person. But yeah, he was a really nice guy. Where was... Oh, there you go. Isak, Haaland and Solanke. Solanke / Isak to Wood. wait for a second because we might get confirmation. There are rumours going around that Isak might be on the bench. If he is, then Isak to Wood. Otherwise, if Isak starts, I would prefer to sell Solanke for Wood. Gakpo and Gusto or Robertson and Mateta on my free hit. Oh, I did that one, didn't I? Yeah, I still think Robertson and Mateta I'd go for. Start Petrovic or Vicario. Vicario. One free transfer. Gordon to Elise Trossard or Isak to Gakpo. You might have to do both of them, to be honest, and I would be tempted to do both of them. Yeah, I'd be tempted to do both of them anyway, but if you're only going to do one, probably Gordon to Elise, I'd probably go with. And thank you very much. I appreciate the support. Is this the final team, Ross? Also, just want to say it's been an honour sharing an hour before each game week with you. Thank you very much. This isn't the final team. I haven't made a transfer yet. I think I'm going to do Garnacho to one of Eze, Elise, or Trossard. I haven't decided who yet. I'm still trying to work it out in my mind. Yeah, but Garnacho to a midfielder is going to happen, probably. Unless we get news that, I don't know, let's say we get news that both Wilson and Isak are both out, then maybe I'll mix it up and make a forward transfer instead. Isak news is scaring me. Isak, Gordon, Areola to Wood, Salah, Ortega -4. If so, do I bench Wood or Mateta? Really hoping for some reliable news before the deadline. Oh, I wouldn't want to bench Wood or Mateta. I'd try and find someone else to bench, but I would wait a little bit, yeah. But I agree. Obviously, if Isak's out, you've got to do that unless you've got someone on the bench. I still think you could just do Gordon to another midfielder and just start whoever else you have on the bench. It's difficult without seeing your overall team to give you perfect advice here, sorry. But, yeah, I don't like benching Wood or Mateta there, Manolo. Spin the wheel. I would spin the wheel, but my internet's really not doing great at the moment. I think it's just about holding up for you guys, but I can see it on my end. It's dropped. So spinning the wheel normally destroys my computer and internet. Maybe after the deadline, we'll do a spin just to end the season. But I don't want to risk breaking my stream right now. Okay. Garnacho to Salah for a -4. Yes. Ben Saunders says, all for free. Eze and White or Trent and cheap striker? Or Tomiyasu and Havertz? Currently 11k and 3 points off my target of top 10k. Thanks for the year, Egg. You are welcome. In isolation, without seeing anything else and knowing what moves you're making, what the rest of your team looks like, I like Eze and White, then Tomiyasu and Havertz, then Trent and cheap striker. I like Eze and White as a combo quite a lot. And hopefully you finish top 10k, Ben. Good luck with that. Luke says, would you play all three Arsenal defenders if you could? Would mean benching Romero and Petrovic. Yeah, I would still do that. It's a big risk, though, right? If you want to diversify slightly more, maybe just start Romero or start Petrovic instead of Raya. I don't think you can bench White and Gabriel, right? So I would definitely have a back three, actually, of Gvardiol, White, and Gabriel. So it's basically just start Petrovic ahead of Raya. I don't mind the idea of starting Petrovic ahead of Raya. But I would definitely start White and Gabriel. They've got attacking threat and clean sheet potential. Sanj D says, which one? Gakpo, Mateta, or Muniz? I think, for me, Mateta, Gakpo, Muniz in that order. But all three of them have decent fixtures. All three of them have got decent underlying data. Just take your pick, whoever your gut feeling is telling you. Nikola Gokic says, last one, Isak to Wood Mateta or Madueke to Elliot Hudson-Odoi. If the Isak news is true, I'd go Isak to Wood or Mateta. And I think I actually like Wood slightly more at the moment. Mini League leader is 23 points ahead. Should I also captain Haaland considering we have 6 different players? Oof, if you've got 6 different players, you can maybe get away with captaining someone else. But I would still wonder, should you have the 6 different plus also captaining someone else? I think I would still risk it on captaincy. Yeah, I'd go someone else. Will says, bench Wood or Brennan Johnson? Honestly, Will, neither. Find another way. But if you are to bench one, I'd probably bench Wood and start Brennan Johnson. Because I think Sheffield United are weaker than Burnley. And I also think Spurs are better than Forest. How long do we have till the deadline? You've got just over half an hour. So the deadline's at 2:30 p.m. UK time. And it's currently 1:55 p.m. UK time. So yeah, you've got 35 minutes until the deadline. I would say in the next 20 minutes, you need to start thinking about if you want to lock in your transfers or if you want to take the risk and maybe consider that the servers might crash. I think there's a very good chance the servers do crash 5-10 minutes before the deadline. And obviously you don't want to risk that. Do you think Gusto starts? Yeah, I think Gusto starts. I can't justify starting him myself, I don't think. But yeah, I think he will start. I also do think there's a chance that he starts Chalobah at right back though, so don't quote me on Gusto starting. There's no leak, but yeah. 2 free transfers and chasing my league. Garnacho and Isaac João Pedro to Ødegaard and Mateta, or Garnacho and Bruno to Ødegaard and Havertz, captain Ødegaard. I think I prefer Garnacho and one of your forwards to Ødegaard and Mateta. And you can still captain Ødegaard. Yeah, I don't mind captain Ødegaard at all. I think it's a really, really nice option, captain an Arsenal midfielder. I still think that, given the news that we have that there's a bug going around in the West Ham camp, and it's at home for City, I would want to captain one of Foden or Haaland now, I think. Why is Isak on your bench? There are some very, very unconfirmed rumours going around that Isak might be on the bench for Newcastle and that Wilson might be starting. And I might just risk it just in case that's true, because no one's going to have Wilson and everyone's going to have Isak. So it could be a really nice swing for me. Team news roundup. Oh, I can give it a go, yeah. Haaland starts. From Liverpool, Robertson starts, Salah starts, Elliott starts. All of the main guys start for Liverpool, other than Darwin, but I don't think he's a main guy either. Anymore. We haven't had Gakpo confirmation 100%, but given that Darwin doesn't start, you'd expect Gakpo to start probably. For Newcastle, there are rumours going around that Gordon hasn't travelled and that Isak's on the bench. However, I want to confirm that those are rumours. So please don't take that and then say all of a sudden start complaining that I've given you bad leaks. I cannot confirm the Newcastle news at all. But there we go. I think it might be worth the risk for me, given that there are rumours going around. What's your thoughts on Quansah as a cheap option? It's fine. He just doesn't have any attacking threat, does he? So Gusto starts. Does he? Let me have a look. Okay, I can't see the Gusto stuff. Let me just go back to the chat. Where are these Gusto rumours? If there are any, or if it's people baiting again, I don't know. Ain't got Guardiola, like the guy 6 points behind me in my Nini League. So do I sell Edison and Dunk and get Raya or Dunk and Gordon? What is happening here? Oh, okay. And get Raya. Or Dunk and Gordon and get Elise and Saliba Gabriel. Got Palmer, Son, Garnacho, Foden. I think I prefer the latter. Depends who, if you've not got another goalkeeper, you absolutely make the goalkeeper move because you want to make sure you've got a goalkeeper. But assuming that you do have an alternative goalkeeper, I would probably favour the second move. Just about. But yeah, I don't know who your other goalkeeper is and if you've got one. Stream lagging, Ross. Yeah, I know. It just cut out temporarily there. We'll see how it goes. It's not actually my cam, it's my internet that time, but we'll see. We'll see. Elise starts. Yeah, I saw a few people saying that. We would expect him to anyway. But yeah, there are rumours going around that Elise also starts, but I don't think we needed that confirmation. Missed my super chat. 5 juicy differentials in order. 6 points off the top. 6 points off £100. 6 differentials. Brennan Johnson, Eze, Gakpo, Wood, Tomiyasu. There you go. There you go. There are 5 juicy differentials. FPL Tony, what's he said? Saka starts. Oh god, right. Let me move over to Twitter for a little bit, because there seems to be a little bit of news floating around from all sorts of sources at the moment. Feel free to tag me on Twitter if there's any news so that I don't have to scroll through the timeline. I can just go into my notifications. Oh, Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, Trent all start, according to Tony. Diaz, Gakpo, Salah, Trent all start. I think we had that confirmed. I mean, maybe we didn't have Trent and Gakpo, actually, so that's good to know. We've also had confirmation from other sources that Robertson starts. We've had confirmation that Elliott starts as well. So we can pretty much build that Liverpool 11. So Liverpool-wise, we're set. If you wanted to bring in Gakpo or Salah and you wanted to captain Salah, I think you're pretty happy doing that now. And also Robertson and Trent as well, you can feel pretty comfortable with. Is that the one that you just tagged me in? Yeah, perfect. Awesome. Was there any other news for the time being? I think people just panicking about Isak for the time being at the moment. Okay, we'll go back for now then. Any news on Foden? No, I don't think so, actually. But, I mean, come on, Foden, unless there's an issue we don't know about, Foden's got to start the final game of the season. He's been literally player of the season in the Premier League. And no, there's no news about KDB at the moment. But Tony's on it, right? Tony's tweeting. Tony knows that people want KD. Tony will get us news, trust me. He just might do it a bit late, sadly. Now to ask or say, just wanted to round up with a nice positive support message. Well done, Egg. Great content. Bring on Egg United later. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate you. I'll drop you a message on Instagram later as well, but thank you very much. JP says, hi, Ross. 35 points off in my mini league. Oh, chasing 35 points in my mini league. What do you think of Son to Salah and Isak to Mateta? Wood, Pedro, or Meniz? Who would you go for on the latter? Thanks. I don't know about Son to Salah, but I guess if you're chasing, you need to go for that, right? So, yeah, assuming that you're chasing someone that has Son to Salah's fine. Isak to Wood, Mateta, Pedro. I would probably go Wood. I would go Salah and Wood in, and I would captain Salah. That's what I would do. Havertz or Odegaard for Fernandes? I don't mind it if it's for free for a hit. I don't know that I love it that much. I would probably go Havertz still. I think Havertz is the slightly better option. Missed my last super chat. Gives context to my team. What do you mean, mate? If I made the move, I would have Wood, Mateta, Haaland, Salah, Saka, Havertz, Palmer, Son. Benching headache, but kind of want Salah into captain. Okay. Yeah, that is a real benching headache, isn't it? But if you want to bring Salah into captaining, then that's fine. It depends. If you're chasing, then you bench one of the highly owned assets. But otherwise, Mateta probably just about. But I don't love the idea of doing that. Lights out and away we go. Big up. Was there a crash on the first turn or second turn? Let me know. Are you wearing shorts in the bottom half like Andy? Absolutely, I am, yeah. There are shorts on my bottom half. There is no way I'm wearing a full suit when you can't see the bottom half of me. I would show you my shorts, but I don't want it to start getting a bit sus. You've got less than half an hour till the deadline, by the way. 27 minutes. I need to wake up FPL Pickle. Should I throw this pickle at her? It's a soft pickle. FPL Pickle's asleep over there, and she's going to need to wake up and look at some team news. I'm going to wake her up. How did that not wake her up? I've just launched something at her. What else could I launch at her? Oh, she's so deeply asleep. I've got nothing else to launch. I'm going to launch that. Oh my goodness. I'm throwing things at her and it's hitting her quite hard. And she's not waking up. I'll have to wake her up in a second. KDB starts. Well, according to who? One sec. Let me answer these questions and I'll get back to it. Thanks for a season of content. Did you beat Stormzy in your mini league? Oh my God, I don't know. Let me check. I wanted to check this and I forgot the other day. Let me briefly check the mini league with Storms. I'm 12 points ahead going into the final day. 12 points ahead of Stormzy, but his team is better than mine, so we'll see. Trossard and Bruno or Saka and Garnacho? Trossard and Bruno, I would go for. Trossard and Bruno. Share to White or Isak to Mateta to bench Jackson? Share to Isak or White to Mateta to bench Jackson? Share to White. Share to White. Oh, internet's going badly. Not good. Not good. Hope you can still hear me. Fernandes to Havertz plus Gordon to Elise for a -4. Is it worth it? Or should I use one free transfer for Isak to Mateta? I'm 10 points clear in my mini league. Fernandes to Havertz plus Gordon to Elise for a -4. You don't have to do the Fernandes to Havertz move particularly, is all I would say. Other than that, it's fine. I don't mind it. By the way, guys, I would stop doing super chats now because we've only got 25 minutes till the deadline, and I'm going to need to be reacting to news, making my own transfers. So anything from now, I cannot confirm that it will be answered as a super chat. I do apologise, but that is the warning to everyone that's here right now. So please be careful if you're going to do a super chat. Nick says, I have Raya White. Okay, that's your team. Problems are Gordon, Isak, Garnacho. Thinking Gordon to Eze, play back four, or play Isak or Garnacho. I feel like Isak and Gordon don't start. I think still Gordon to Eze, and then start Garnacho if Isak is leaked to not start. Otherwise, you could play a 4 at the back as well. But I definitely think Gordon to Eze or Elise makes a lot of sense with that transfer. Right, one sec, chat. I need to wake up. Pickle. There you go. Oh, she was in a deep slumber, chat. She was in a... I did wake you up. You got 24 minutes to the deadline. You didn't say anything to me. Oh, I wasn't reading the chat. You should have just said it to me out loud. No, but the Isak and Gordon being out rumours are picking up speed, so I would potentially just start Jackson for the time being, just until we get confirmation on it. How reliable is the Gordon news? I would say it sounds like the Gordon news is slightly more reliable than the Isak news, just because more people are reporting it, but I can't confirm any of it. The guys that are reporting it have been wrong in the past, so do not be surprised to see Gordon and Isak start, but it's picking up momentum that they might not be. Daniel says, hi, Ross. Thank you for an amazing season of content. Would you rather Gordon, Diaz, or Isak Wood? Or Gordon to Diaz or Isak to Wood? If you're a Liverpool fan, Gordon to Diaz. Otherwise, I quite like Wood as a punt. So I'd just about favour Wood. It sounds like I love Wood. It's a bit sus, really, isn't it? Are you not sweating in that suit, mate? Yeah, I'm sweating profusely. You were in a deep slumber. I know. I've never seen your eyes look like that. You opened your eyes like, where am I? And what? You didn't know what year it was. You didn't know what century you were in. If you're wondering who that is, if you don't know FPL Pickle over on Twitter, drop her a follow. She's been sleeping throughout the stream, like she always does. Josiah says, hi Ross, I'm safe in my mini league, but my only realistic aim is top 250k overall. I'm thinking of doing a -4 for Foden or Eze. Any advice? Differential captain. If you're trying to like go for something, Foden's going to be quite highly owned, but I think he will smash it. The only way I would transfer in Foden is if you're going to captain Foden. Otherwise, I would go for Eze. Differential captains are probably Foden, Son, and Palmer. Gusto starts, apparently. Quite a few people are saying Gusto starts. I don't know where it's come from, but because so many people are saying it, I'm assuming that it's correct. Just going to get a swig of water and then we'll go back to it. All right, there we go. Bowen confirmed not to start. Oh my God, City defense is going to... It's going to be like 3 or 4-0, you'd imagine. Maybe even more than that. It could be an absolute free-for-all, in all honesty. Any Eze confirmation? No, but unless he's picked up a surprise injury.
Anything about Saka?
Nothing yet. Not that I've seen. Isak to Gakpo and Burn to White -4 from Isak money. Isak to Gakpo and Burn to White -4. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Managing City saying that KDB is set to start as well, by the way. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you. No, nothing confirmed on Isak or Gordon, sadly. Hi, Ross. Ahead in my mini league by 24 points. Both chasers have Jackson. Would you go Højlund to Jackson with 1 free transfer or just Gordon to Havertz Trossard? If both have Jackson, yeah, I would do Højlund to Jackson. And I would probably also do Gordon to Havertz Trossard for a hit. But yeah, I think you've got to block Jackson if both of the people chasing you also have Jackson. I think that's a safe move to make. Gakpo, Eze, or Elise as a punt. Any of them. Literally all 3 are fine. Elizabeth says, Foden, Saka, Son, Palmer, Garnacho, Isak, Haaland, Wilson. 1 free transfer, 0.2 in the bank. Best transfers if chasing first in my mini league by 9 points. First place has similar attackers, but Havertz and Jackson. Try and wait for the news around whether Isak or Wilson starts. Whoever doesn't start out of Isak or Wilson, you could transfer one of them to Wood, Gakpo, or Mateta, Elizabeth. Other than that, maybe Garnacho to Elise or Eze is the only other way that I could see that maybe being a decent transfer. Sorry, the internet cut out a little bit there. Hopefully you still heard me on that occasion. Basically, I think either Garnacho to Eze or Elise, or you do one of Wilson or Isak, who we think isn't going to start, to Gakpo, Mateta, Wood. I think Tony is hinting that the Newcastle rumours are fake. Did he? A bit laggy. Yeah, the stream lagged a bit, sorry. I think my internet's playing up a bit, but it should be fine. Right. Let's have a look. People are saying that Tony's hinting that the Newcastle rumours are fake. I don't know that he is talking about Newcastle. He might be talking about the KDB stuff, because there are some people saying about KDB and some others. He's probably talking about his own news. I don't think that's related directly to that, but we'll see. Does anyone tag me in anything else? Oh, the suit stuff. Nice. Okay. I haven't seen anything else for the time being, so we'll go back to the FPL site. But keep me updated in the chat if you see anything else. I'm going to make my move in a second, I think, because I don't want to risk it. Do I want to take a -4 for Pickford to Raya? I've got 1 free transfer. I want to go with Gordon or Elise. I probably wouldn't make that move, no. I would just hope that Pickford makes a hell of a lot of saves, because Raya's probably only gets 6 points. Pickford gets 3 or 4 points, and it wasn't worth it. Yeah, you've got just over 15 minutes until the deadline, chat. Just over 15 minutes until the deadline. Make sure you lock your teams in. What is my move? I'm going to do Garnacho to one of Eze, Elise, or Trossard, and I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure who to go for out of the 3. Of course, the internet goes for the final half an hour. Hope you can still hear my audio, chat. No, I wouldn't make moves on Gordon and Isak yet, because we haven't had it confirmed. But I mean, if you want to, go for it, because it probably does hold a bit of weight. Otherwise, you would imagine it wouldn't be leaking that much. But sometimes it starts with one incorrect leak, and that's all it takes. FPL site is slow. I've not tried to do anything on it, but with my internet and the site crashing, I might not be able to make a move. To be fair, if I ended up not making a move, I wouldn't be that upset. My team's okay. Oh, do I bench Isak and start Wilson without having... Chat, what would you do quickly? Just help me out. Audio is fine. Okay, that's good. I'll just carry on talking then. And if my cam lags a bit, hopefully my audio is going through fine. Isak, Wilson. Would you start Wilson in my position? Is it worth the risk? What is Pickle's moves? Pickle's going to bring in Elise or Havertz for Gordon. Don't know if she's decided yet. She's too tired for this nonsense. Start Wilson. Isak. Let me run a poll, actually. I'd love to know what you do. Start a poll. Should I start? I'll capitalize start. Should I start Wilson or Isak? Is there any KDB news? No, but I'm assuming we get it in the next 5 minutes would be my prediction. I could be wrong. Wilson. Isak. Who would you start in my position? Because obviously most people, if they've got Isak, you like, maybe I'd bench him for Jackson or something like that. But for me, I've got Wilson sat there. If he's the one that starts instead. I don't care about mini leagues. I'm only interested in rank, in all honesty. There aren't any mini leagues that I care that much about. I'm much more interested in just cementing top 50k. And so I suppose the best idea here is probably to start Isak, because he's the one that's most likely to... Oh. Sorry, chat. The internet was so behaving. Nkunku as a punt? Yeah, you could do. I don't think you'll play 90 minutes based on the quotes from Pochettino, but Saka starts confirmed. Where was that? Someone give me a citation. Someone give me an APA reference for that, please. Where's Twitter? Let's just go over to Twitter for a second. I'm going to make my move very soon because I do not want to run the risk of not being able to make it because of the site lagging. Okay. If there is anything, tag me and it will come up in my notifications. I'm not seeing... Like, normally if there's big news, it will come towards the top. So I'm assuming that this Saka one, if it's either just been tweeted or it's not. Not from an overly reliable source. I'll just reload my Twitter. God, you can see how much my internet is struggling right now. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I can't see anything at the moment. Okay. Back to FPL we go. Hi, Ross. Just want to give you a massive thank you for everything you do. I always look forward to your deadline streams, even though we start at 4 a.m. here in Toronto. Can't wait for next year. Cheers. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm sorry for any tech issues I'm having. I will get that sorted for next year. I promise. I'm gonna really work it out over the summer. I promise you. FPL Leaks says Saka. Okay, so that's a fake account. Not a fake account, but they don't actually get the team news. They just guess. You actually look like Eric Ten Hag. Thanks. FPL Leaks isn't reliable. Sorry. I wish they were. I wish I could give you some reliable news. You've got just under 15 minutes to the deadline. I might just make my move now. And if I get any further news, well, then I'll have to make another transfer for a hit. Chat, do you think it's... I don't know how much longer I want to wait because I don't want to risk it. Maybe 2 more minutes? 2 more minutes and we'll... New camera for next season. It's not even the camera that's causing the issues at the moment. It's my internet crossed with my computer, I think. It's like a combination of the two. It's causing me issues. And it doesn't help that it's hot because I think that my computer overheats. Anyway, 50 minutes to the deadline. Wilson starts confirmed. Says who? Have you tagged me in it? I'll see if I can hunt any news down. Bench Isak or Jackson. Yeah, I think just based on the fact that there are some rumours going around that Isak could potentially be on the bench, I would just start Jackson to be safe. If you're wrong, then that's not great, obviously, but... FPL South, I blocked them ages ago. So someone's just tagged me in their stuff. I blocked them because they're not correct. De Bruyne starts, confirmed, according to Professor Lazy, who is the guy over at... Lazy FPL. Okay. De Bruyne starts. I'd be pretty comfortable believing that. Okay, De Bruyne starts. There we go. For anyone that needed it, didn't want to take him out, wants to captain him, De Bruyne starts. Again, not my news. I can't confirm that it's correct, but I feel pretty comfortable with that. Also, Foden starts as per FPL Tony as well. Okay, so Foden starts, KDB starts, Haaland starts. You're okay having them and captaining any of them. Havertz or Trossard? I think Havertz is slightly better than Trossard, especially because he's likely to get more minutes as well. Farid says, hey, Ross, I want to give you a massive thank you for everything you do. I always look forward to your deadline streams, even though... Oh, I read that one already. Thank you so much, Farid. I really appreciate it. And especially for those of you that tune in from different locations around the world and have to start to like 4 a.m. That's massive dedication. So I really appreciate that. Do we have Saka news? Nothing... No, nothing confirmed. One account, actually 2 accounts, and I've blocked both of them are tweeting that Saka starts. And, yeah. Right, I'm going to make my move. Yeah, I don't blame you at all in your position. Right. Going to make my move, and then I'll get back to answering your questions. I'm going to do Garnacho to Eze. I know that probably Trossard's better, probably Elise's better, but I like Eze. And I think if you're not going to back yourself in Game Week 38, when on earth are you going to back yourself? I think this is the game week to do it. So I'll put my money where my mouth is. Garnacho to Eze. I don't think we've seen anything that would put me off that too much. Don't confirm. Confirm. There we go. Unless we get anything updated soon, that is the team that I will rock in Game Week 38. I might end up starting Isak instead of Wilson. I still need to work out what I want to do in that position. Havertz or Saka? That's tough. I actually think arguably Saka, you know, especially with ownership as well. I think it's going to be lower owned than Havertz. Just going to screenshot my team so that I can tweet it in a second. Done. Does Havertz start? We haven't had any stuff on Arsenal at the moment. But yeah, I'd be extremely shocked if it isn't the exact same team as the last 4 games. The only one which I think could change slightly is I wouldn't be overly surprised to see Zinchenko start at left back. But I think it'll be Tomiyasu again. And I just can't see him changing that attack. They've been so good for him. Why change it now? Makes no sense. Obviously, Arteta knows more than I do, but I would keep the exact same team. Eze will get a pen. I'd love that. A really lazy, hungover tackle from one of the Villa players. Eze gets the pen, slots it home. It could be Elise on pens, by the way. No, I don't have anything confirmed on Isak. This isn't me being in the know. I'm not hiding anything from you. I'm just going off the basis that, listen, I've got Wilson. Might risk it for the final day. Are you starting Isak or Jackson? Pickle?
I guess Jackson's the risk.
Yeah.
I didn't want to though. I would start Isak.
Maybe just start Isak and risk it.
No, because if he's benched, that's...
Yeah. Arteta keeps clean sheets and doesn't concede 8.
People are saying he's with the squad.
Excuse me? Are you talking about me? I just realised you're talking about me, aren't you? Listen, my players just didn't perform for me yesterday. Start Henderson or Pickford? Ooh. Hendo, surely. Isak is with the squad. Yeah, I don't think anyone said that Isak isn't with the squad. They just said he's on the bench. I'm 12 points ahead as of my mini league. I'm 12 points ahead in my mini league. Should I take a -4 on the Isak news? Cunha, my bench sub, he has Nicholas Jackson instead of Isak. Yeah, maybe just do Isak to Jackson. My first season playing FPL, I'm hooked now. Thank you so much for the help. You're more than welcome. Thank you for being here. Liverpool summary. All of the key players start. Darwin doesn't. That's it. That's the Liverpool summary. Gakpo, Elliott, Salah, Trent, Robbo. Everyone that you'd want from Liverpool starts. But Darwin does not start, supposedly, again. This isn't, and none of this is fully confirmed. It's just leaks and rumours, of course. Need to bench one of Wilson, White, Gabriel, Gvardiol, Porro. 4 at the back or drop 1 for Callum. Based on the rumours going around, you kind of want to start Callum Wilson, don't you? So I would probably bench in that situation Porro. But if you don't want to fully believe the rumours, and I would be surprised if Wilson starts, then maybe you just play 4 at the back. Thanks for 2 years of the best fun. You're more than welcome, Dave. Which 2 of Eze, Elise, Johnson, Havertz, Trossard to replace Richarlison and Garnacho? If you're protecting rank, Elise and Havertz. If you're chasing, like, Eze and Trossard, would probably be the 2 that I'd go for. Go based on, like, how much you're wanting to chase. Because Elise and Havertz are the most popular players coming in this week. And if I was in a better position, top 10k, I'd probably go for one of those 2. I'd probably just bring in Elise or Havertz and just chill. But I'm not in a great position myself, sadly. I mean, I'm not in a bad position. I feel like I keep... 44k is fine. It's just not obviously upper echelons. You've got 7 minutes until the deadline. 7 minutes until the deadline. I would be, yeah. I reckon in the next 2 or 3 minutes, the site could crash. And if it does, go to the app. Doesn't always work, but it often works for a little bit longer than the site. I think I'm pretty happy with my team. The only bad thing is going to be if Isak starts and Wilson doesn't. Wilson's going to get like 1 point and Isak could smash it, but I think it might be worth the risk. Gvardiol starts, apparently. Not that we needed confirmation of that. Not that we needed full confirmation of that or anything. Yeah, Tony's confirmed Gvardiol starting. So basically, for Man City, it's their strongest team. For Arsenal, I would very much be surprised if it's not their strongest team. For Liverpool, it's their strongest team. This isn't a surprise. The only surprises are the rumours going around about Isak, but I've got a feeling we might be looking very silly in half an hour when the team news comes out and he's in the starting 11. Hey, Ross, thanks again. Start Jackson or Johnson? Jackson if you're protecting rank, Johnson if you're chasing. That's all I would go off. Because they're very close decisions, so you might as well go off based off ownership. Does Gusto start? Quite a few people suggesting Gusto does start, yeah, but I haven't seen anything from anyone that I fully trust on Gusto. Is Saka starting? Nothing on Arsenal at all at the moment. They've kept the leagues very, very tight. But I would be extremely surprised if, again, it's not the same Arsenal team has started 4 games in a row. I think it will start a 5th in a row. Exactly the same team. Is Nkunku starting? Nothing on Chelsea that I've seen, but I think Nkunku would start and then come off after 60. Is my prediction. No updates on Newcastle at the moment, sadly, as much as I would love them. If you're wanting to go for a differential captain, Foden's great. If not Foden, Son or Palmer probably. You could go for an Arsenal attacker, but I'm not sure I'd be wanting to do that myself. Any Man United news? No, actually, I haven't seen any Man United. That's a good point, actually. I kind of wanted to get confirmation that Bruno starts, but I haven't seen anything. Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we just suggest that he does. Wilson out for Mateta? You could do that, but like I said, there are rumours going around that Wilson might start. I just got a feeling that could be wrong, and I'm going to feel like an idiot for trusting a leak that I don't know is reliable.
No, I feel like that.
It's a really tough position to be in, because if you don't trust the leak and then it becomes true, you're like, oh, why didn't I just...
If Jackson is going to end up being like higher end than Isak.
Yeah.
Which over Onana, right?
Yeah.
I'm relying on 3 fixtures only, and I realise that's not great.
Unless they all go well for you. I can't see any further confirmation. I think a lot of people are benching Isak, so my saving grace here is that he's still going to be like 50%, but Isak's not going to be up at like 90, 95 as he has been recently, because people are either selling or benching him based on the news. So I think at a lot of ranks, Isak's ownership's not going to be that high. You've got less than 3 minutes until the deadline. I would imagine the site is probably struggling already. I would be very much looking so to get my team sorted and locked in. I'm probably going to leave it as is. Wilson and Isak travelled.
I think Isak starts.
No Gordon. You think Isak starts?
Yeah, well, the same Will guy just put a line about, and he was originally saying he didn't know whether Isak starts, and now he's got Isak in the lineup with Barnes and Murphy beside him.
Oh my goodness. What do I do then? Okay, someone's just... So, NUFC Will. The thing is, this guy is so unreliable. And it's annoying because everyone, including myself now, I'm looking at it like, do I trust him? He really annoys me because he tweets crap every week. But sometimes he does get like the starting 11 like spot on. He's just put that out now with Isak in the starting 11. I mean, he's going to get blocked so incredibly hard if he's wrong, because I think I'm going to now have to start Isak. I don't think I can start Wilson then.
Oh god, I don't know what to do now.
God, I've got 2 minutes to the deadline. I'm just going to start Isak, I think. I think it's the protective play for me. If I had like a Jackson instead, I'd do that. But Wilson, it's either Wilson or Isak, isn't it? So I think I'm going to do that, chat. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Wilson could haul off the bench, but I just think... what do you think? Chat, help me. I think I'm going to start Isak. Yeah, I just think if Isak's fit... Like, Wilson hasn't played the last 2 games. Oh, Isak starts according to FPL Tony. Wait, did he say that?
Yeah, what?
FPL Tony. You got 1 minute till the deadline, chat.
Oh shit, I don't know what to do.
Tony didn't say that. Tony didn't say that. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. Lies, lies, lies.
Oh fuck.
If you've got Jackson, I would start Jackson. For me, I'm going to start Isak because Wilson is
Okay, I'll just leave it then.
not the best alternative option. Okay.
Oh, I feel like...
I think I'm just going to have to leave it there. Chat, you got less than 1 minute till the deadline. Make sure you get your team locked in. Less than 1 minute. The site could crash. Just get your teams locked in. Get your captaincy sorted and everything else. Yeah, I'm just going to start Isak. KDB starts. Yeah, confirmed. KDB starts. This is one of those where getting leaks isn't the best thing sometimes. Forces you to overthink stuff.
I would have started Isak as well. I hate it.
Yeah.
But I'm too scared to change it now.
I think you're fine. Site's playing up. Yeah, well, that's it. Locked in. We did it. We made it to Game Week 38. Well done, everyone. Proud of us. We made it. Big up.
Oh, these are calls. I'm gonna be so upset.
The thing is, for you now, Jackson will be higher end than Isaac now.
Oh yeah, by a mile.
So protective, you're fine. I think you're okay.
Oh no, it's so annoying.
Oh my goodness. I am sweating. How have I kept my suit on and tie
Yeah, fair play.
the entire time in the heat of here? If you ever sat in this chair, Pickle can confirm it's hot. It's a hot seat to be in. Wow. We did it. We made it. I'm so proud of us. We did it. Well done for making it to the end. Ben Krellin benched Isaac. Oh, well, then Isaac's probably benched. Because Ben Krellin and all the boys get loads of early team news, don't they? There are a group of people that get early team news every week and don't share it. They're pretty much admitted to it as well. So that's nice. Oh, well, if he's... Listen, I don't really care. I'm 44k. If I finish 55k or 70k or 30k, it's all a number, isn't it? It's all a 5-digit number at the end of the day. Whoa. Whoa. JSY with the humongous super chat says, thanks for all of the advice and entertainment this season, Ross. Have a great summer. You and Pickle grab a meal or something on me.
Oh, thank you.
Well, believe it or not, JSY, we're going out for dinner tomorrow, and you've just bought us dinner. I mean, it's kind of like you're flirting with my girl, I'm not going to lie, because you're buying us dinner, but whatever. We'll look over that. No, thank you very much. That was genuinely, I will use that for our dinner tomorrow. Man, that's so sweet. What a legend. Wow. What a Game Week 38 present that is. Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. Big love, JSY. Look at the 2 super chats before that, please. Oh, sorry. It was so manic. I missed everything. Oh, I think I missed quite a few, in all honesty. I'm sorry. Wizard of Uzi says, thank you. Got to 2 points inside the top 100, but I'm not going to use that word. Bad midfield, so took a minus something. YOLO. 2 points inside the top 100. Is that one top 100 like overall? It's top 100k. Jonathan did ask a question, but I'm so sorry I missed it. It said, which combo is better, Salah and Porro or Elise and Trent? That's so close anyway. I would have said go with your gut feeling. Honestly, I've got no preference there. P.S. My girlfriend now loves FPL only because of you. Big shout out to your girlfriend, Jonathan. And thank you to you as well for showing your girlfriend my videos. I do appreciate it. Oh my God. Tiggy Taylor with the £20 super chat says, drinks on me. We're having dinner and drinks now, courtesy of JSY and Tiggy Taylor. Thank you, guys. You don't need to do that, but thank you. And again, Tiggy Taylor, thank you for the amazing support with South London as well. I do really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Yeah, Tiggy's an absolute legend. Tiggy, by the way, random question. It doesn't really matter anyway. Are you male or female? Because I kept saying my man, and I thought I saw something on Twitter which suggested that you were not a man, and then I felt really bad that I was just calling you my man repeatedly. Yeah, I was just assuming. So you may well be a man, but I don't know because Tiggy Taylor's not an overly... doesn't give me too much of an idea. So please let me know. And sorry that my bloody internet's deciding now, the post-deadline part, to cut out. It's not the time. Shazam with the £10 super chat says garlic bread on me. That's a bougie bit of garlic bread. Thank you, Shazam. Oh, all the legends. And also, do you know what I like? The 3 super chats are 3 different colours. It's red, orange, and yellow. Shazam, you're too sweet. Thank you. You're all legends. What a wholesome end to this stream it's been. Why internet? No, not now. Everyone wants to see the egg. Oh, goodness. Whoa, loads of super chats coming in. Ian says, and breathe. Been driving myself crazy all week on free hit. No questions. Bit late now anyway. Just a massive thanks for everything. Honestly, the fact that you have had the patience to save your free hit for Game Week 38, you deserve for it to be an absolutely massive, 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 massive week for you. So best of luck. Livs says, million thanks. Won my mini league. You are a great guy. Thanks for this stream and thanks for the suit up. You dapper you. See you again in August. Much love. Thank you very much, Livs. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you like the suit. I did try my best to look my best for the Game Week 38 stream. And well done on winning your mini league as well. Zarek says, I don't know what the cab cost is, but I'll chip in the ride for you. Are you getting this? We've had our entire date paid for here. Someone's paid for the... Zarek's paid for the cabs. Ian's paid probably for the drinks along with Liv's. Shazam's paid for the garlic bread. Tiggy Taylor definitely covered the drinks there, so we can get whatever we want. And then JSY has comfortably paid for the meal as well. And we could probably get some bougie stuff in the restaurant. And then Ishi Z has just donated $2 and said, table water on me, baby girl. So Ishi's paying for the table water. We love you, Ishi. Thank you for paying for the table water.
I love water.
She does love water. To be fair,
Water is my favourite drink.
her favourite drink is water.
I'm joking. Isn't that sad?
Charles has just donated $20 and said there's always room for dessert.
Yes, that is what I say every time.
We're going to get the bougie... Do you know what? I will post it on my Instagram or my Twitter, the dinner that we end up... Why is the internet going now? I will post on my Instagram or Twitter the meal that we end up getting as a result. This is so funny. Like, everyone's buying dinner now. This is going to be the nicest dinner we've ever had. Thank you. I'm going to take off my suit jacket and tie whilst it's lagging out, and then I'll come back in 2 seconds and we'll carry on. Hopefully the internet calms itself down. Hello, I'm back. Oh no. What is this? I'm away for 2 seconds. Okay. Right, I've just seen Fredericks. I'm going to read that out in a second. James Melly says, dozen eggs on me, 89th in the world. 89th in the world? Dear Lord. Congratulations, James. Dozen eggs on me. Right, we've got eggs for tomorrow now as well. Yep. Hayes says, thanks for the content and the whole year. Best FPL streamer. Greetings from Switzerland up the Chelsea. Chelsea have been brilliant recently, by the way. Thank you very much. I really want to go to Switzerland, like desperately. My Instagram feed is basically only Switzerland because I just watch videos of Switzerland. Oh no. Oh no, my computer's frozen. Chat, my computer froze. Hello? We back. I never know when it's cutting out on your end. Anyway, FPL Machine says, here's some side salt from me. Jokes aside, thanks for a great season, phenomenal content all season. See you next season. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. That's not your first super chat anyway. Right, we get onto the message, which has been liked by 57 people already from Frederick. It says, I pay for the condoms. Now, I appreciate that, Frederick, but $1.99... I mean, unless I'm just buying a single one. But thank you very much, Frederick. I do appreciate it. I want to stop there because my nan and mum are watching. Sophie Lopez says, tip for the waiter or waitress. That's actually a very nice one. We now will tip. This is the most expensive and bougie dinner we've ever gone out for. Are you ready? Are you excited? We'll go out for Greek food. There's a Greek restaurant that we love. It's kind of like our restaurant. And it slaps. We love Greek food. Oh, my Lord. It's so good. Reese101 says, scratch cards on me afterwards. This has turned into the... I'm going to try and go back through and make a note all of this because this is the funny. Claudette says, cab home. Love you guys. Superman changed, lol. Oh, I love you, Claudette. You're one of the people that means the most to me on this channel. So thank you so much. Someone that's just been on every single stream for... I mean, Claudette, when did you watch your first stream? 2 hours? 2 hours? Not 2 hours ago. 2 years have you been watching for? Longer? Yeah, Claudette's one of the OGs. My mum said, please do. Oh, no. Sorry, Mum. We'll stop the condom talk. Moving on swiftly. Doku starts, apparently. Very nice. We'll have a look at all the teams in 20 minutes. SSJXN says, thanks a lot for all the videos every week, Ross. I'm from Bihar, India. Sorry if I butchered that. I've donated you my today's dinner money. Yes, I will starve tonight. Have a good weekend. What? No. You wait. You can't do that to me. Firstly, thank you very much. But don't tell me that you've given me your money for dinner and that you're going to starve. Listen, that's not okay. That's not okay. Not okay. No. If you want to... I don't even know how I can give you the money back. Thank you very much, though. I do appreciate it. I'm hoping that was a joke. Greek food is awesome. It is, Sophie. I agree. Thank you, Ross and Pickle, for the great season. Enjoyed the summer. We will miss you. Thank you, Cats. I appreciate you being here every week. Love you, bro. Been watching most of your streams this season. Looking forward to next season. Come on the Blues. By the way, you look amazing in that outfit. Thank you very much. This is a bit of a first world problem. Look, I can't... Why is my camera freezing? Okay, I'll show you in a second. My camera's decided to freeze at this point. We'll get back to that conversation topic in a second. Oh my God, my computer's overheating because it's really hot in the UK. Ben, why are we talking about the contraceptive pill now? I feel like this is moving away from the topic. It started off really wholesome and it's moving in the wrong direction. W Stream says a lollipop each on me. This part of the stream's paid for our next week, by the way. Thank you guys. This is very sweet. I will just note I am a student, so I do appreciate the support. It's not like I'm like the Sidemen, right? I'm worth £1 million, so I do appreciate that a lot. Thank you. It goes a long way. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second. Frosty says, nursery furniture is expensive. Hopefully, if you put this in a good savings account, the interest builds up and helps in 9 months' time. I started FPL Pickle with our first stocks and shares ISA the other day. I'm big into investing. I love index funds. Should we talk about index? No, I'm joking. I'm not really going to. But I started FPL Pickle because she's younger than I am. That sounds really noncy. She's not that young. I started her with our own stocks and shares ISA. So that's exciting. So yes, we will put that £20 Frosty in a stocks and shares ISA, and in 9 months it will be. Why 9 months? Wait, what are you trying to tell me, Frosty? In a few years when we have babies, it will be worth probably about £50, maybe £60. Cheers, mate. Thanks for the entertainment over the season, Colin. That is far too much money. This is getting a bit out of hand. Thank you very much, Colin. I appreciate that a lot. I can't imagine. I think I'm a kind person, but I can't imagine just being the sort of kind person that's just like, here's money, thank you. By the way, no one ever has to give me money. The content will forever be free, but thank you so much. That is ridiculous. Take your top off. Dun, dun, dun. Look, you can see my hairy chest. There you go. That's all you're going to get. Is you can see my hairy chest. Jen says, not to brag, but I've got £25 in premium bonds. Well, Jen, that is a brag, isn't it? Let's be honest. I've been investing in index funds for a little while. That joke flew over your head. Clearly not much friction up there. Rude. Yeah, I know. I just completely... It got me when I was like reading it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm not going to flex for you, but the shirt sleeves are like cutting off my circulation, which is a good sign, right? It means that I've bulked up enough. But yeah, I can't get my finger under the shirt sleeve, which is... That's when you know you've done well. One day there'll be a cornichon introduced to the stream. A little baby pickle. It won't be like this. This is a girthy boy. It'll be a tiny little cornichon. A little baby pickle. Are you a gamer? No, I'm not. Put Pickle on. Let's donate to her. She's not feeling herself today, sadly.
No, I was in the deepest nap earlier. I actually woke up in another dimension. It was insane. So I'm feeling a bit rough.
I woke up and she was like, just looked at me for ages, and I was like, "There's 25 minutes to the deadline." And she was just like,
I was so lost.
"Yeah." S&P 500. Yes, 38% of my portfolio is in the S&P 500. 38%. Why is one arm bigger than the other?
My arm's big.
It shouldn't be. They're roughly the same. Oh, actually, this arm's slightly bigger. Yeah, fair.
I have that too.
I think everyone has.
Yeah, my left
People are just being rude. It's 25 minutes to the deadline. Wait, what's happening? Come again? What now? I don't know. I don't think there's any other FPL streamer who gets this much love. We love you. Oh, I know. We have the best community for sure.
The best.
For sure, for sure. I'm not even. That's not even a biased opinion. I'm very sorry that it's so laggy at the moment. At least it didn't lag during the first part of the stream. Sorry if it's lagging and making me freeze on horrible frames. Hopefully, if the audio is cutting out, let me know that. But the audio should be fine.
Because when I first started watching you quite a while ago, it was not only that you were like the most entertaining and sweet. I just loved the community you had.
Oh.
You seem like my kind of people.
FPL Pickle said not only did she love me at the time, but she also, excuse me, internet. She also said that she loved the community as well.
Why were we watching you for over 2 years?
The 25 minutes thing was a reference to you because I said to you it's 25 minutes to the deadline. You like?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like a fever dream, wasn't it? Yeah. Off to the pub now for the final day. Thanks for the streams and see you later for Egg United. Thank you, Shazam. Like I said, I'll drop you a message later, but I appreciate you very much. How long have you supported Man United? My whole life. Sharon with a huge super chat as well. God, check everyone out. Thank you so much, Sharon. Says, best FPL content created by Miles. Thanks, boss, for yet another season of amazing content. Bitcoin is the best store of value. Do you know what? I'm not going to pretend I even have any idea about Bitcoin. I just invest in index funds. But thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. And I wish I wasn't lagging when I said thank you. But thank you very much, Sharon. God, this is the most wholesome thing I've ever been a part of. Sean says, get a knob of butter on me. Very nice. Tweeted you a couple of hours ago. Some interested metrics if you want to look. Would love a retweet. Big fan of what you do. All the best, FPL Moneyballer. Let's have a look now, mate. Seeing as you've just donated a lovely super chat to me. FPL Moneyballer. FPL Moneyballer. This guy. Is this what you tweeted? With the final game week upon us, let's look at which players outperformed their starting price this season. No surprises with Palmer and Gordon in the top 3. So Palmer, Gordon, Pickford second. Wow. Yeah, I'll give that a retweet, mate. That's I'll look at that in more detail later. Let's give it a little quote retweet. Really interesting data. There you go, mate. Yeah, that's a really good idea, actually, putting together that graphic. I respect that a lot. Yeah, really nice. And yeah, thank you for the super chat. Whoa. Cameron Shassam. Hello? Internet, can we stop? Cameron says, thanks for all the tips this season, Ross. Second time playing FPL and currently top in my mini league by 11 points, so it's squeaky bum time today. Best of luck. Enjoy your meal out and much love from Glasgow. Thank you very much, Cameron. And I sincerely hope that you managed to hold on to that 11-point lead. I hope everyone that is watching right now that has a mini league leader manages to hold on to it. Do you have any individual stocks? No, I don't invest in individual stocks. Sorry, I was laughing at you saying it's 25 minutes to the deadline whilst Pickle has a pure fever in bed. Honestly, I wish you could have seen her face. Her eyes were like swollen and puffy. She was like...
Oh, that is awful. That really bad.
Oh my God. The chat is lagging out horribly. Oh my lord. Maybe it's a YouTube issue as well. It's never been this bad. We've got FPL Pickle with a £1.99 super chat. There's a little thumbs up. What am I supposed to buy with that pickle?
It says GG on it.
Oh, I didn't see the GG. Look, does it? Pickle donated £1.99 over here, and I was like, oh, that's sweet. And it was just to say, GG, you lost. Right, do you know what? I'm taking someone else for a meal now. Are there any females watching right now that would like to go for dinner with me instead? Anyone that would like to go out for dinner that isn't FPL Pickle, let me know. Hit me up. Yeah, didn't think so, eh? At this rate, you can actually have a dinner in Switzerland. Yeah, I mean, if we want to keep donating, we'll go to Switzerland. No, I'm joking. Please don't do that. But no, thank you very much. The only cons of FPL content in terms of income is obviously I will earn half the money in May, no money in June, and pretty much no money in July. So those months of the year it's quite rough. Lukey Boy says, thank you. Oh, sorry, mate. I just lost your message. Thank you so much for this season, mate. It's been great. You might not be able to spend this in the restaurant, but you might get a meal deal. Thanks again. Firstly, thank you very much, my friend. Secondly, on Monday, we're going to go and do some work at university. We'll probably actually grab a meal deal. So there we go. I quite like this, that you guys are deciding where to spend the money. I'll buy a meal deal with that. Thank you, Lukey Boy. Appreciate you. MSJ606 says, your free hit 34 strategy has all but won me my mini league this year. That is so good. Here's a consultancy fee. Love you, Russ. See you next season. I like that consultancy fee. That's a good idea. I'm really sorry if it's proper laggy on your end, guys. I will sort this out this summer. I'm not even joking this time. I think I'm going to do two things. I think I'm going to buy a new computer. And I think I'm also going to hassle the internet company to sort it out. I'm not gay, but you can be, but I can be for you, my Eggy. Garnacho doesn't start.
I kept saying that. Lucky. Thank God you sold him.
Really? Oh dear, thank God for that. I was tempted to keep him as a differential. Get Pickle or her own mic. We did discuss that. Maybe I'll get a long wire because my computer's nowhere near her, so I'd have to get her like a 4-meter wire. But yeah, maybe she could get her own mic.
Martinelli starts.
Oh, sorry, chat. I'm really struggling. Martinelli starts.
Does that mean Trossard won't be?
Trossard might not start.
Oh.
Surely not. Maybe Havertz will drop into midfield and Trossard as the 9, but that'd be crazy to do that. Maybe it is Trossard on bench.
Oh gosh, things could have come wrong for you.
I know.
You made the right decision.
Yeah. Maybe. We don't know that Eze starts at the moment, but yeah.
You should be.
You say this every year. I mean it this year, though. I will sort it out over the summer because it's not very professional. I promise. Tomorrow's date night, head polish fun. Love you. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, I'm going to go out and buy some head and polish now. I might just use some olive oil. I'll go buy some olive oil and just... Can Mrs. Pickle come and slap your bald head? She doesn't have to show her face. Come on, then. Your hand is going to look so small on my head. Come and slap my sweaty head. Come on.
Let me moisturise my hands first.
She's going to moisturise her hand first. What? So that it's extra slappage. It might not be for Trossard. We don't. Let's just wait. Let's wait 9 minutes. We'll look at the lineups together, and then after that, that might be the end of the season. Yeah, imagine if I don't think it will be. No, you won't be. No, he'll play midfield if he's not playing up top. Will you be in Euro Fantasy? No, I won't be. Sorry. I just want to have a summer off. Lots of love from Romania, Ross. Amazing tips from you this. I thought you were going to do it lovingly. That was quite a thorough slap. I feel like you didn't get a good enough connection. You need to do it like here. Like this. Sorry. Blame her. She interrupted me in the middle of that super chat. Lots of love from Romania, Ross. Amazing tips from you this season. Destroyed my mini league with 180 points on top. Beautiful. Most of the decisions were thanks to you. That is amazing. Well done. Really, really nice job. And thank you for watching all the videos. I appreciate it. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
It's stressing me out.
The chat is really... Saka not in the squad?
Everyone's stressing me out.
Yeah, just leave it for now. Yeah, just leave it for now. Move here to Miami. We have fast internet, great weather, and air conditioning. Oh my God, sorry guys, my chat is like really lagging out. I can't read it. I'd actually love to move to Miami. I really want to go to America first. I've never actually been to the US. Oh my Lord, it's actually painful. Painful. I'm clicking buttons and then like 30 minutes later the button actually connects and it's like... Right, we've got 7 minutes till the lineups. Okay, let's go over to Twitter because there are loads of people saying all sorts of things, but I don't know. That would be very, very, very surprising and unfortunate, I think.
What if that is not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be quite upsetting for me. I guess I'd just get Isaac if he sorts it.
Yeah, actually, it wouldn't be the worst idea unless if he's on the bench. I don't know. Oh, Saka is on the bench, supposedly.
Oh, for fuck.
For 4. well saved.
Oh, that's really sad. At least I didn't bring him in.
I'm shocked, honestly. Very, very. You were never going to remove him, were you?
No, of course not.
I wonder if you'd have got the news he was out, would you have removed him? Oh, on the bench. I would have maybe still been tempted to keep him.
That's pretty gutting.
Oh, and he went for Salah. And he went for Wood, but he then benched Wood. How'd you... That's such a boring... No comment. I would have started Wood. Wow. Of course, Saka must genuinely be injured then.
Is this reliable?
I've seen 2 Arsenal accounts tweet it. But no, they're not early, but they're like big accounts. So I'd suggest they've got a leak, yeah.
That's not fair.
That isn't fair. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pickle. Oscar brought in Saka.
I think so.
No, Focal's been quite unlucky this season with stuff. With like
Yeah,
injuries and stuff.
Tony's just said it. Oh.
Oh yeah, Oscar brought in Saka. That's rough. But yeah, like you said, at least you didn't bring him in. Yeah, true.
So I've got an Arsenal attacker.
Martinelli could pop off. I don't think anyone would have expected that. Couldn't have got that news 20 minutes ago, could we?
That would have been nice, yeah. Because obviously I would have started Isak then. Oh, pain.
God, there is a lot of sirens out there.
Pain.
Oh, Pickle's just saying pain, pain. Yeah, no Saka confirmed by Tony. TB Armin says, round of beers on me, Ross. Thanks for a great season. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that again. Dear Lord, the generosity is a little bit too much for me today.
I'm so relieved I brought that.
Sorry, by the way, I'm just sort of I've missed so many nice messages. I'm really, really sorry that I've missed them. My chat's like lagging out a lot, so I've missed a few things. But thank you for everyone that said something nice. Even if you didn't super chat, I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Someone just said that apparently Wilson's now ill and Isak starts. Funny that, isn't it? Because they originally said the other way, and now they're like, oh, now that we actually know that it's actually the other way. I almost trusted that leak. How does Garnacho not... Oh. Garnacho does start now. Rasmus Højlund doesn't start.
Oh, I hate leaks. That's so annoying.
They're wrong half the time as well. That is very unfortunate. If I had the funds, I think most people that didn't go for Saka was probably a funds thing. It's just unfortunate.
I'm hoping that Saka just doesn't play now, so I get Isak off the bench.
Gordon isn't with the squad confirmed. So it sounds like it could actually be Wilson on the bench, Isak starting. So I'm glad I started Isak if that's the case. You've got a 24-course meal and 100 beers. You started this, JSY. Thank you. JSY paid for everything himself, and then everyone just started doing it as well. I appreciate it, though. My hairy chest is properly out, chat. This is about as close as you're probably going to get to me being topless, I think, ever. But there we go. So so Saka's actually injured then. Wow.
Is it like he's not... Is he benched or he's not in the squad?
They said benched. He's probably being brought, like, if he really... He might not come on.
That's what I'm hoping.
It might be like he's being brought just in case they really need him, but he's ideally not going to play. Because he's got to think about the Euros as well. He doesn't want to get injured ahead of the Euros, so he might not come on.
Yeah. Oh, I've got to pray, but he probably will come on now. Sad times.
I pray, and I'm going to say this now, not to try and speak into existence, but to prepare you for this. Even if he doesn't play, they might bring him on in the last minute to get a clap in front of the fans.
What? Saka?
Because it's the final home game. So prep for that. I think prep for him getting a 1-pointer, and if he gets anything more, that's great. I think set your expectations low.
That's really gutting.
I know it is. I know it is. Love you, Raptor. See you in August. I love you too. Thank you for being here. And sorry for all the technical issues. I wish it wasn't. Saka's out of the 18. Is he?
I'm so confused.
Well, you'll find out in 2 minutes. Oh, yeah. 2 people have just said he's not in the squad. Maybe he's travelled, and that's why they thought he was on the bench, but he always travels when he's not playing. We'll find out in 2 minutes.
Okay.
My poor Pickle. I hate it when you don't have stuff go your way in FPL.
I'm so excited about double Arsenal attack.
I know. Well, at least you'll get Isak off the bench.
Well, maybe.
If he's out of the squad, yeah.
If he's out, then yeah. I'm actually happy because I wanted Isak.
Yeah.
So I'm happy if he's not in the squad.
Knowing your luck, Isak will probably score like 14 goals, and it'll be like... Then you'll get jammy bench points.
Oh, you know what? I just
Finally.
I would love jammy bench points. Give that
Finally
to
get the jammy bench
Give that to
points. Right, so which lineups are we most interested in seeing? Chat?
Where's Newcastle? Villa.
You sound so insincere saying that. Oh, do I? Need to work on my acting then. No, joking. I am very sincere. So Arsenal's the first one we'll look at. And then after Arsenal, we'll do Newcastle. And then we'll just go from there. Look at some of the other squads. Isak starts, apparently. Yeah, I know. Newcastle. Oh, Wilson over Isak. People are saying both. Do you know what? We'll find out in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
There's no point now. We've literally got. There you go. It's just turn 3. I'll refresh until we get the Arsenal team, and then
Oh, crap.
go from there.
Oh, killed.
Just keep refreshing. Saka's not in the squad.
Not at all. Oh, okay, Isak. Come on, Isak.
God, you're so jammy with your bench points.
I
So,
want jammy bench points
so,
so bad.
so the front 3 is Trossard, Martinelli, Havertz, Erdegaard, Partey, Rice, Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu does start. So it's an unchanged team other than Martinelli and for for Saka. Saka's not in the squad, as far as I can see anyway. Okay, so that's the first one.
Wowee.
Newcastle. Okay, Newcastle. Pope starts. So you have the Bravka, sorry. Trippier's on the bench. Wow, Isak does start and Wilson's on the bench. Okay, interesting. Trippier on the bench. I don't think anyone called that, did they? Or maybe they did, actually. I wasn't really looking at the defence.
It's funny, I'm going to say...
Did that Will guy have Trippier on the bench? I wasn't even looking at his tweet. Oh, he did. Oh, I didn't even read that properly. I was looking at the attack so much. Oh, interesting. I thought Trippier would start. Okay.
Because in my original tweet, I was like, I wanted to start Isak, but the leak set my head into a spin. So I'm like, is this fate?
Does Bruno start? Please say Bruno starts.
Oh, I hope he starts.
Bruno starts.
Yay!
Garnacho starts as well. I don't know where that came from, but that was a false thing.
Yeah.
So Garnacho and Bruno start. Who else do we want to see, chat? Bruno on the right wing. No, that won't be Bruno on the right wing. I think what you might see there... Who have we got? Garnacho, Ahmad, Bruno. Bruno will play false 9. Bruno's playing as the central forward. Who's on pens for Arsenal? Erdegaard, probably. That's a good point, actually. Havertz might take one, but it's probably Erdegaard. Martinelli's taken one in the past as well. Maybe Declan Rice? Chelsea. Yeah, we can look at the Chelsea team. Just tell me which teams you want to look at in order. Chelsea. Oh, that's tough. Gusto's on the bench.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, chat. I thought there was a good chance of him starting. Jackson starts. Gusto on the bench. The back 4 is, yeah, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Badiashile, Cucurella. They've reverted back to their old back 4. As a Man United fan, you should be far... Oh, I didn't even see Lissandro was back. I was so busy focusing on looking for Bruno. Yeah, Lissandro's back in the starting 11. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Very nice.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, Pope in for the Bravka. Interesting. Who else do we want to look at? Palace. I want to make sure Eze's starting. He should be, right? Hopefully. I brought him in for -4. Yeah, Eze starts, Elise starts, Mateta starts, Munoz starts, Mitchell starts. All of the main guys start for Palace. Man City, yeah. I think we pretty much had the team confirmed for Man City, but I think it's unchanged, isn't it? Ortega, Walker, Kanji Diaz, Guardiola, Rodri, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Foden. Oh, Doku's in is the interesting one. Anyone else? Liverpool? Yeah, we can look at the Liverpool lineup. So I think the big shocks are, not shocks necessarily, but Pope's in for the Bravka. Trippier doesn't start. Wilson's on the bench. Isak starts. Who else was there? Oh, obviously Saka not in the squad out of nowhere. That is really tough if you brought in Saka for a hit. Or for it at all, I guess, in general. Yeah, so the team was correct for Liverpool. Okay. Any other... West Ham. Yeah, I want to see how battered their team is, because there was rumours going around that their team was absolutely battered. Oh, it's just Bowen. Yeah, that's their strongest team, but no Bowen. Yeah, so that's not that battered then for West Ham. Who else? Spurs. Yeah, we can look at Spurs. I should just go on the... Like, I don't know why I don't do this every time. And then people always tell me to do this instead. Let me just go on the Fantasy Premier League thing and they retweet it all. Okay, so we've done Arsenal, done Liverpool, Spurs. Here we go. Vicario, Porro, Van de Ven, Dragusin, Son, Johnson. Okay, All of the key players start for Spurs. Maddison and Johnson both start. Luton, Adebayo does start for a couple of people that went there from the punt. Burnley, I don't think anyone's probably gone there. Brentford, probably their strongest team they've got at the moment. Wissa and Burmo and Tony all start. Sheffield United, no one's interested. Villa of Emi Martinez isn't there. Interesting. Is he injured? Conte, Diego Carlos, Longley, Luca Dean. Watkins starts. No massive surprises there. Pau Torres on the bench, if anyone still has him. For Brighton, João Pedro starts. Adingra starts. Does anyone have any Wolves players? Wang, Cunha, Ait Nuri, all start. No real surprises there. Is that Neto? Yeah, Neto's on the bench, but not starting.
Ross,
Yeah?
who will be taking pens for Arsenal?
Erdegaard, I think.
Okay. Oh, man.
Might be Havertz, but probably Erdegaard.
Probably Odegaard, yeah. Oh, well.
Gibbs White starts. Alanga starts. Hudson Odoi starts. Wood starts. Okay, all the key players there. We look to Man United. Everton, same team you should expect as per usual. Bournemouth, we've got... Wait, where's Solanke? Is Solanke not... Is he on the bench? Solanke's on the bench. Oh, someone probably said that in the chat, but I missed that completely. Solanke on the bench. Maniz on the bench for Fulham. Oh, I saw a few people go there. So Maniz and Solanke benched. They're still owned by a few people, you know. I like the way Pickle called you. It was very soft, wasn't it? Ross, human. We looked at Newcastle already. Quite a few changes in Newcastle. Surprises. Okay, I think that was it. I think we've done 20 teams. Emery's son is on the bench. Wait, what? Was he? Is that actually his son? Where is the Newcastle team? The Aston Villa team, I mean. Here we go. El Emery. Is that actually his son? Who's El Emery? Yeah.
That's funny if it is.
Oh, he's a goalkeeper.
Oh.
Lander Emery Fernandez.
Oh.
That's him, isn't it? Yeah, Unai Emery signed his son in January. I didn't see that.
Oh my god, I have no
That's
idea
pretty
about that.
funny.
That's wild.
I've already looked at the Chelsea team. The only surprise, not necessarily a surprise, is that Gusto doesn't start. Other than that, it's the strong 11. Actually, Nkunku doesn't start. That's surprising. I thought Nkunku would start, but Sterling starts instead. I'm very sad about the Wilson Isak stuff. Started Wilson expecting nothing. This is when leaks become an issue, right? Because I think most of us would have started Isak and benched Wilson, but there was that temptation to start Wilson and bench Isak. Yeah, it is frustrating for sure. Right, chat. I might call it there. How long have we been streaming for? Yeah, well over 3 hours today. Please stick around for the next 30 seconds because I just want to say, especially to the over 2,000 of you that are here right now, I cannot thank you enough for this season, man. It's just been like beyond my wildest dreams. Not just in terms of numbers and growth, but like the love and support and just everything that I've felt from you guys across the season. Last year was amazing, but this year has just been unbelievable. So thank you so much. Like, I truly appreciate it. I'm not just saying that. And I don't know what I would do without this now. It's such an important part of my life. Like streaming on a Saturday morning, I know it's a Sunday today, but it's been such an incredibly important part. I mean, the whole reason that I met Pickle is because of my streams, right? She used to be in my streams on a Saturday morning. So FPL has allowed me to have enough income to live, the potential for a future career, a partner as well. Like, I can't thank you guys enough for the support and for watching me. So truly, it means the absolute world to me. I can't even begin to put into words how thankful I am. So thank you so much. I'll be back soon. I reckon it could be like 7 or 8 weeks, which is, I know, a long time. Like I said, I might stream in the meantime. So make sure to follow me over on Instagram, over on Twitter, stuff like that. I might start streaming on Twitch just occasionally, just to say hello if you want to tune in and see what I'm doing over the summer and stuff like that. No promises, of course. But in case the next time I see you is for pre-season, thank you so much. I love you all very much. I hope you have a wonderful summer. And yeah, I appreciate you more than you know. So thank you very much, and I'll catch you again very soon. Bye, guys.
Everyone.
Bye.